Welcome to Minnesota. Podcast, we talk about us arriving here, our trip, what we're going to be doing in the next week or so. And we asked...
Crack him if you got him, son!
Let's go. How about them Cowboys?
Crack him if you got him.
Yeah! Let's go, baby! Please hit him. Somebody punch him, please.
Hey, you want one of these? Coors?
Dude, you got a yellow belly. You knew exactly what
I know, you were looking me up and down. I knew what you wanted. You want a banquet?
Yes.
Crack him if you got him.
Jerry! Pick us up, Jerry! We're not worthy!
Cowboys can fan.
Cowboys can.
Like Canadian fan, can fan.
Oh.
Cowboys can fan.
Love Canada.
Yeah.
I'll look you up.
Awesome, thanks, brother. Take care, man. And look, that's how you get subscribers. And nowadays, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. We got to go on the street to get subscribers now.
I'll be like, there'll be a guy at the grocery store and I'll hear him say something about Facebook. I'm like, oh, you do Facebook? You ever heard of CanFan? At Cowboys CanFan. Have you ever checked us out at Cowboys CanFan on any major platform? Because we're on all of them.
Dude, go to tiktok.com/@CowboysCanFan.
Yeah, we have a channel, yeah.
What's your channel?
Cowboys CanFan.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm
Cowboys
from Puerto Rico.
CanFan. We're from Canada, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's CanFan on his shirt there.
I'm gonna watch that when I go on.
Yeah, do it. You guys will be on our YouTube.
Can I come all the way from Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico? Hell yeah.
See, that's
Son of a bitch.
Let's go. We're gonna be cracking them if we got them, baby. Let's go. Not often are you gonna have the Vegas Strip shut down like this, so we're gonna take advantage of it. And we're gonna shotgun one for you, son. Crack them if you got them, son. Woo!
Walk and crack.
Crack them if you got them, son.
Yeah, Rolly, come on.
I've never met a real Eagles fan in real life. I'm from Canada. This is my first time out of my country. Well, hey, I don't say this often, but go f yourself.
Only an Eagles fan would have to promote a Giants or a different club's signage to try to get friends.
Crack him if you got him, son.
Crack him if you got him.
Hey, he hasn't heard though. Do you know who's winning the Super Bowl next year? The Cowboys.
The f***ing Cowboys.
Got him!
9 a.m. out in Thailand, and Zion Johnson just got picked by the Chargers, which kind of sucks because I was really hoping that the Cowboys would.
TJ Watt, that taking Taco Charlton over TJ Watt is probably one of the worst. What are you doing over there?
I'm stretching my neck, bro.
I love it because it is literally.
I actually thought you were falling asleep, man.
Hey, Paul, it is 2:30 here. It's 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
2:30 p.m. No,
Yeah, boosh.
boosh it out. Boosh it out. Boosh it, boosh it out. Boosh it out. That's what we're doing, baby.
Push it out. Push it out.
I'm gonna boosh. Boosh, baby.
I'm gonna boosh.
Welcome to the Cowboys Can Fan Podcast and the Wednesday night main event. I'm your host, Anthony Bessie, with the fellow bandwagon boys over there. How the hell are you two doing?
Doing well, feeling good, feeling better.
Better after this one. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Oh, crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em, crack 'em, crack 'em if you got 'em. I like it. We're feeling, our spirits are up because it's been Our spirits are up, guys. We're on to the Patriots.
On to the Patriots.
We're past that shit game. We are on to the Patriots. And before we get on to the Patriots, I just want to thank YouTube for always having our back. And I've always loved YouTube so much. And it's just the best platform to grow on and have everyone join in the fun with us. It's they've always been there for us.
Sounds like someone's monetized.
We're monetized again, baby!
Monetization's back, baby.
We'll see how long this one's lasts. We're going through the final stages of re-verification.
We are monetized again.
And when we do,
whirlwind.
the dick pic videos are coming back.
No, you can't say that. We're barely in.
Oh yeah, no, you can say dick pic. You can say dick pic because you're rhyming. You can say it's all rhyming. It's all rhyming.
Big shout out to Chad out there. It was a tough weekend for all of us Cowboys, and I'm sure it's been a rough week for all you Cowboy fans out there.
Guys, I didn't go on social media on Monday. I honestly didn't. I just let it go. I made the couple posts that I planned on posting because you got to have a presence still. You still have to post at Cowboys Can Fan on the Instagram, at Cowboys Can Fan on the TikTok, the Twitter, all that stuff. I still had to post, but I wasn't reading any of the comments because I need a day to marinate. I usually need a day. Soaked it in, let it happen that Monday, let it happen, and then Tuesday, I was back up battling on the keyboards. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it felt good. It felt good to get in there and battle with some people because everyone's writing us off already. And I feel more comfortable when we're not considered the best team in the NFL. Was it cool that we flirted with it a little bit? Week after week 2, a couple. It was
really cool.
It was cool. Like some people put us on a pedestal. I was one of them. I said there was no way we were losing. I was putting us up there, but I feel more comfortable down here.
Yeah, and after the game, definitely hurt my heart the following day, but just felt like on Tuesday I felt a little Bill Belichick inside me. I thought about that Bengals season where the Bengals started off not great. I might be revisionizing history here for my sake of my argument, but they made it to the playoffs.
Playoffs. We're 2-1.
Yeah, baby.
We've been 2-1 now for every single year of the Can Fan podcast. And every year since the Can Fan podcast has come into creation, we've went 12-5 and made the postseason.
Fucking kill.
We're still on track for that.
What was that?
Be careful though. It's spicy.
He's fumbling.
No. I was trying to do that.
Fucking kill me.
I hit a little too quick on my effing kill me. But.
You did.
Anything you want to shout us out to about chat there?
Oh, just we have Radical 808 saying the podcast I've been looking for during the football season. # We Dem Boys. Welcome. Botgy's in the house. Botgy Eric, who will be seen.
Boots on the ground.
Who will be seen at the Los Angeles Chargers game that ya boys here are officially going to be going to. We're flying out of Canada, land down in Los Angeles.
LAX, 2.5 weeks, Monday nighter.
The land down under.
And just like on cue, Sugar Daddy hears that it's Super Chat's going again. And Botchy Eric, first to hit that Super Chat.
Of course, Botgy's the first one to roll out
Let's go.
that Super
Not
Chat.
sure how much that is in Canadian bucks, but let's go. Crack him if you got him. Oh.
Boots just put ads kids through college.
And for the record, Boots, that $19 or that $20 USD is probably like $250 Canadian.
Oh, juicy.
And then YouTube takes 98% of that. That's right.
But we love it. Guys, what do we got on? Is this weird to always say? What do we got on the docket?
Well, gentlemen, on today's show, we're going to discuss that devastating loss the Dallas Cowboys had against the Arizona Cardinals. Are we back to square one, or do we just need to tweak some things? Hopefully, Big Mike and Dan Quinn, Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream are going to sort that out. But we have to look forward to the Patriots, who will be traveling to Dallas this Sunday to take on the Cowboys at 12:25 p.m. PST, AT&T Stadium. We're going to be kicking off the show about 1 hour before that, so come join us here on YouTube. Zeke is returning to Dallas after a 16-carry, 80-yard performance, 5-yard average too, and he's coming to show Jerry Jones that he shouldn't have cut him.
Shouldn't have cut me, Jerry.
Yeah,
Shouldn't have cut me, Jerry.
We'll be checking out the NFL Power Rankings as well.
Which I think we tumbled.
See how far we dropped exactly. Make some bold predictions, score predictions, fantasy football, doing some bets, and all that and more heading into week 4, baby.
On to the Patriots.
That's what we do.
On to the Patriots. On to the Patriots.
On to the next one. On to the next one. Before that, you got to make Ant dance again because your boy Kilo C came in with that super chat. He's been wishing all season.
And that's that long
And
version.
I'm sweating. Let's go. I'm sweating. I am sweating. I'm into this. I'm feeling good, guys. I don't even feel like we lost last week now.
No.
Let's fucking do it.
You know, it's always nice, even if we were feeling down, to come in here, have the chat, come in. I mean, I'm waiting for Alter Cowboy. Just please show up soon. We need some.
It's like he just.
He's going to be
What's it-
positive.
No. Yeah, he will.
He's gonna be
He will be
positive.
positive. But it was like when during the game, I feel like he was there. He's like, we're gonna lose this game, and then as soon as we started losing, he just disappeared. Yeah. So it's almost like he has to be negative as long as we're winning. But as soon as we lose, like he actually takes it to.
Is Kaiser Sozeing us?
He possibly.
How many people do you think turned the game off? Do you think a lot of people turned the
I
game
think
off?
so.
No,
After the Dak interception,
After
possibly?
the Dak interception, there's probably a lot of people ripping down, I don't know, Cowboys paraphernalia from their house or their yard,
Yeah,
wherever
I've
they've
seen some of
had to
those.
put.
I saw a few of those
Okay,
videos.
yeah.
How weird is that? Of week 3 that you're doing that?
I mean,
It's very strange. To
half
me.
of it to me is
For the clicks?
Is for the clicks, and someone's filming, and you've had a couple drinks. Like I could see me doing something like that.
We got to do one where Adam and I pick you up and throw you through a TV.
Yeah.
But like pick him up and then we'll just cut to like we'll have a dummy or
A dummy,
something.
yeah.
I have that dummy.
Yeah, that'd be
I
awesome.
have that dummy.
That'd be
It's
funny. We just
Don't give away our.
I mean, we can't wait to throw out AJ through a television the next time the Cowboys lose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
But guys, let's get to our fucking rapid retake here, okay? Dallas Cowboys lost 16 to the Cardinals, 28. I'll pull up a quick little preview here from CBS, which we found to be kind of the best one in terms of giving us just
Nice on the eyeballs.
just an overarching scoring here. I don't know if there's anything specific we want to look at. Usually what we're looking at here is just the player stats, the scores in the quarter, and also the pass rush and total yards. But anything specific, I think for me, it's just that third quarter was so important for them. And the Cowboys,
For the Cowboys?
they started to turn it around, and then they just dropped the ball again in the third. Just think about it, if we got that touchdown in the fourth, score would have looked a lot better. I'm not saying that would have negated the interception thrown at the end of the game either.
If we score touchdowns on half of our red zone attempts, we're in that game, right? So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. What I do want to say about this, because I was a little bit sour on Sunday night and we didn't officially, I think AJ might have given his official Kraken player of the game. I didn't. I was kind of sour about it. Let's just quickly say who we think it was. I'm going with Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard was the Kraken player of the game for me.
That's who I said as well. He was
Doesn't
the one
matter
who,
what I say then.
yeah. True. Well, but let's hear it anyway.
TP20.
There it is. Boom. TP20 Kraken player of the game for the game against the Cardinals.
We're depending on you, boys.
There was this other chart here, an advanced stats. And I don't really necessarily want to go into any one of these individually, but you can just see where the Cowboys were really lacking. Pass rate over expected is essentially the worst stat here on
Which is
there.
odd to see. You wouldn't have expected that, but you even could see that with the eye test, right? Watching the game, our pass rush just didn't seem like it had been, which I was surprised about. That was probably one of the bigger surprises for the game against the Cardinals. It just didn't feel like our guys that are usually in there smashing the QB out, they just weren't getting there.
The D.
The D.
Yeah.
The D ends. The Micah was off a little bit. Osa was usually good for a couple. D-Law's usually rucking it up there. It was just a weird game, and I hope we're past it.
Well, we do like to get into stats.
Are stats of the game or just stats?
Well, no, there's just there's a Landry Hat article I want to go over.
Let's do it.
There's 3 duds and 2 studs, and then throw it to Chad. And then I made a list of some stats from that last game. To look at individually.
Let's do it.
That I think can help just wrap up this rapid retake. Then we can move on.
Just because,
but they're pretty interesting.
Just
and
because
I think we're gonna have some fun convo
just because
about it.
Dakman said it in chat before you're bringing up your stats. He says Rico Dowdle.
Dowdle could have also been the Kraken player of the game. Also, Michael Gallup had a good chance. Michael Gallup looked pretty decent out there finally.
Gallup just needed the touchdown to really solidify that, I think. And if Dowdle just had it. I'm not even saying he needed to outrush Tony Pollard. He just needed a couple more attempts. To
another touchdown, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But Tony Pollard was the workhorse. Michael Gallup was there, and I honestly think the first wide receiver to score a touchdown almost just gets defaulted to Kraken player of the game. 3 weeks, no wide receivers with touchdowns. So that's just an interesting stat.
It's science.
So what do we got? What stat let's see this 3 duds and a stud, or 2 duds and a FUD.
So the official website, I can't ever get this straight.
The Cowboys Fan Podcast is the official podcast of the LandryHat.com, a fan-sided website.
And we got Randy Gurzy, 3 Cowboys duds and 2 studs for an embarrassing loss. First of all, who's your stud? Who do you think the first stud's going to be here?
Well, are we doing
fucking article?
It was three duds and 2 studs.
Sorry, 3 duds, 2 studs.
So dud LVE for me.
Okay,
LVE was definitely a dud for me. Fuck. Are they gonna put Dak on there? I don't think Dak deserved it. I'm gonna cement LVE for me and J-Ron Curse.
Could do a dud.
I'm doing J-Ron Curse and LVE. Where after watching, I only really watched all 22 of the defense, and those 2 really stuck out, which sucks because I'm a big J-Ron fan, and LVE had started to finally sway me back to believing in the Wolf Hunter, but they definitely were duds in my eyes.
I think it's going to be J-Ron, Bland, and Dak as the 3 duds. Are you saying your studs, or are we just doing duds right now?
Well, let's just do duds, and then I'll think. I didn't really think of the studs.
Yeah.
Well, I think we already named the studs: TP20 and Michael Gallup. It's very good, very likely.
TP20 Michael Gallup or TP20 and Rico Dowdle.
I don't know if you can even put him.
TD?
I don't know if you could put him on this list, but Mazzy Smith and
Mazzy could be there.
I don't know if you can. I guess he's been a dud.
Expectation wise,
yeah. Well,
definitely.
Okay, let's see what
First one here is Devin Harper is a dud.
And this is going to basically be because he had the holding penalty on the Cavante Turpin punt return. That's going to be his main thing, because I was like, Devin Harper, did he even get out there? But it was definitely because of the Cavante Turpin holding. And it says trailing 21-13, the Cowboys finally found some hope when Cavante Turpin took a punt back 51 yards to start their offense at Arizona 23. Dallas, who was flagged constantly throughout the day, had another penalty on this one as Devin Harper was hit with a holding call. So I think that essentially, because we were pretty jacked up during that Turpin punt return, and then it got brought back on a holding call that he didn't even need to do.
Dumb bastard.
There was no reason for him to even hold there. So I don't know if one play you can call him a dud on a game where we had 13 penalties.
Exactly.
That's kind of tough, and it was still happened at the time of the game where the Cowboys offense and defense had plenty of time to make up for the mistakes they had. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this one.
That Ant's comment was sponsored by Gus R7 Network with a nice $20 super chat.
Shit.
Anybody says this money is intended for alcoholic purchases only, crack them if you got them.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely,
We appreciate it. Gus, it will go to that 100%.
Yeah.
Here's my only. I'm not making an argument for or against, but I think it's the severity of that penalty over the other 13 and the momentum killer that happened.
That's true.
So I don't know. Again, I don't think
Good
that's
point.
warranted enough. I think you could say that was the biggest dud-headed play of the game, perhaps.
Biggest dud-headed penalty, at least, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go on to the next dud.
And just for the record, I was saying the duds who I thought they were going to call the duds out, or are you saying your duds as like who you thought the duds were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's how. Yeah.
Stud Michael
Stud
Gallup.
Michael Gallup. I don't know.
You kind of
We called that. I mean, Michael Gallup had a great game.
And you have to call him a stud after you. I mean, look, I was questioning his abilities, and I'll go into that in a little bit in a second here because we got a little MJ section coming up. Or MG, not MJ.
AJ just, I was thinking Michael Jordan, but Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan.
The greatest MJs.
Or mixed, just mixed together. It's like, what do you show? I'm confused. I'm definitely confused why you're showing us. It'd be Michael Jordan highlights to Michael Jackson music.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds good. Like a good match.
I would watch it.
I'd watch it. I'm sure there is something out there like that.
I think everyone in Cowboys Nation can be happy that Michael Gallup came and played and stood up out there. Definitely, I just hope we're not going to have these games where no one else performs except for one receiver.
I need to see a couple of them going off. I want to see Michael Gallup getting 90 yards and CeeDee Lamb getting 115. I want to see Michael Gallup getting a chance to. He should be our fade route guy. You shouldn't be throwing fade routes in the end zone to CeeDee Lamb. You should be throwing fade routes up to Michael Gallup. And he showed on Sunday that he still has some juice in the tank. So
maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
So it was good to see.
Shout out to Llama Gamer showing up. Was there all the chat? Says, hey guys, I had a bad dream that the Cardinals lost to the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. Crack me if you got them.
An ad called this one.
Deron Bland is.
I didn't think they were gonna have. I didn't think they were gonna have Deron Bland in that. I honestly didn't think he played as bad as I expected. He had a rough first half, but then kind of dialed it down. It's kind of rough to say the guy's first time starting as your cornerback. He's taking over for Trevon Diggs, and I don't think he played as bad as this is saying. So
well, and the other thing is maybe we got to find. Maybe he's better for the teams overall that he stays in that, slot?
But then you don't have anyone to put outside. That's the only issue.
I know, but let's take this week maybe to try someone because they might not be as good as Bland there, but overall the defense might be better if Bland stays in the position where he.
The only thing I'm worried about is you kind of need to give him more than one game to see if he's even capable of playing corner, right? Like I would like to see him against the Patriots. Don't have great wide receivers. They really don't. The Cardinals had a better receiving core than the Patriots do. If he gets exposed during the Patriots, then maybe I'm starting to think we need to trend somewhere else a little bit. D-Law played awesome. Another Cowboy stud, DeMarcus Lawrence. He had a very good game, guys. TFL boy.
How many tackles lost? He had 4.
Lawrence.
I don't know. Did he?
Whatever. Maybe not.
He had a great game. Lawrence was one of the only defensive ends actually knifing through and making the stir. He had a chance to get a nice sack on Josh Dobbs, kind of missed a little bit, grabbed his towel, but he had a couple nice run stops. And D-Law's mortar, he always looks like he's going. He didn't look like he was out of step. He was bringing it the whole time. So it's nice to see D-Law get some recognition.
Well-deserved. And
well-deserved.
Better be fucking LVE.
We all appreciate him. The entire coaching staff gets the final dud.
It's a cop-out.
That's a very big cop-out.
It's a cop-out. You could have called out at least one more person or called out a specific coach.
The coach.
If it's entire coaching staff, that's Mike McCarthy. He's the head coach. That defaults over to Mike McCarthy. And you can't say entire coaching staff for one dud. Sorry.
Eric Castillo says, man, I told y'all last week you have to be careful of man coverage. Gilly got beat regularly.
I think I felt Gilly was more exposed than Deron Bland. There was a big play on his side. The touchdown was on his side. They went to him a couple times. I think he even had a penalty. I don't know. I felt like Gilly was more exposed than Deron Bland for myself just watching.
Oh, Keelo's also bringing up Tank had a little run-in with the Lion during the game when he frickin' just totally bodied Micah.
It's scary. Yeah, it's scary when you see that because Micah got up slow after, and you're like, oh, fuck. You're like, D-Law hops up and is just like walking around like nothing even happened.
Yeah, you want some? Oh, sorry, Micah.
Let's just hope we have no duds this week, guys.
Yeah, we're going into a dudless week here with a less mobile QB. The things that I think that we learned, or that we all learned, I'll just start because this was something I said, and to reiterate from earlier in the conversation here, I was wrong about Michael Gallup. He just needs action, baby, and he can still perform. And one thing that I think we want to look at is that the flag pickup here.
Oh yeah, this is some bullshit. I already know what you're going to show us, and this was some bullshit. This should have been a touchdown. The guy doesn't pass interfere with Michael Gallup. So if you're not watching, if you're not on the YouTube, you got to check us out because we're watching some highlights. Don't forget, though. Don't forget.
We
this will
monetized again.
demonetize us.
Will this?
Yes. I think. Now we have to. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
I might move. Or you could probably just turn the volume down and it'll be fine.
But
the video won't be.
The good thing about this is Michael Gallup is open. The only thing stopping him here is a clear penalty. They threw the flag. The kicker is they then went and picked up the flag.
And just said, hey, we're picking up this flag. But this is an interesting page here. The Next Gen Stats, which anyone can go to. I don't know if we have a subscription or it's some backhanded subscription, but
I like that we were
it's
all
free to use.
Alex and I for like 2 minutes were like, do we have a subscription? He's like, I don't know, do we? I was like, I don't know, do we have a subscription?
But here's what we can see. We can see his roots where he caught the ball, and he was 7 targets, 6 receptions, 92 yards. Really good performance. That touchdown would have been, or that was negated. We just looked at. And what I think is interesting here is that's his touchdown route that I'm rubbing right now. If you're listening, I'm rubbing this long touchdown route with my mouse.
This long, rigid route.
That's the incompletion. This is another route that he ran his longest route of the night. I just think it's super interesting. They both ended up in the exact same spot, 30 yards down the field.
So what's the green and
green is catch and run?
Okay, so catch and okay. So the green
white's
is
catch, gray is an incomplete route.
You can see the little green tip on that one.
Oh, and it's
to the right.
Sorry, there's also
a legend.
A legend right beneath what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you can ask me, baby. That's what I'm here for.
What's that blue line across the screen?
But you can see his routes. I just like how those two ended up 30 yards downfield. It's it's something I want to see them do more. Is that deep shot to Gallup?
Yeah.
Surprised we didn't see a lot of Cooks in that role, which we thought all offseason. Oh, Cooks is gonna go deep. I mean, he tried a couple times and
they didn't go deep enough.
They didn't go deep enough.
Because I don't know. Sorry.
Oh God.
I'm not sure if we're gonna. I don't know. I'm not sure if we're gonna get into Dak Prescott's route tree that he threw because they have something like that on the Next Gen Stats. And it's been going a little bit viral because the way that the Arizona Cardinals were playing, they were playing a lot of a 2-man, like cover 2, which is they have the 2 deep safeties in the middle of the field. And a really good way to attack that is by going right up the middle of the field. And Dak Prescott's throws, they had none, like nothing.
Well,
I think that Michael Gallup one might be the only one that was
deep. Well, this is so.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
one thing that's we're now looking at the Dak Prescott pass chart, and one thing is when the defense is running the way that they want to be run, when they're fueling this team, the offense works. This type of offense works. We saw that, right? It's kind of hidden. It's this hidden, you hide the bad things with a really good defense. But when the defense stumbles, the offense needs to bail out the defense a little bit more, relieve that pressure. A couple things to note here. And the first thing is the first drive for the Cowboys of the game here lasted 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Their last drive of the first half lasted 1 minute and 3 seconds. So they didn't give the defense that proper time to rest. Whereas all other drives that they had throughout the game were 4 minutes and 20 seconds or more.
Gave the time for the linebacker and his crew. But you see what I'm saying here on his pass chart, there's nothing in the middle of the field or even deep on the left side.
No, only that one interception. But
that's not even deep. That's 10. No. That's 10 yards, right? Like I want to see a throw to Kevontae Turpin or Brandon Cooks. Mm-hmm. You look at training camp. A lot of Brandon Cooks routes in training camp. He starts on the right side, crosses field, and catches it at about the 30 plus 30 on the left side of the field.
Yeah,
or like right on that hash, the left hash. We didn't try that at all. We haven't tried that to anyone in the first couple games. So I really want to see us kind of push the field a little bit. You can really see this Texas Coast offense really chooses to throw within the 10 yards, right? We only had 5 passes deeper than 10 yards, and then only 4 passes deeper than 20.
That's right.
That's not good in a game that you're basically losing the whole time. If you're down by 14 or 12, whatever we were down by, at some point you have to challenge the field.
So 13% of Dak's passes were over the 10-yard line or more. 17 passes were 9 yards or less. And 9 passes were behind the line of scrimmage. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
65% of his passes were 9 yards or less or behind the line.
That's
of
wild.
scrimmage.
The touchdown too was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Which is
That's
fine.
funny.
You know,
yeah, little screen play.
But it's the amount of those plays in a losing game where I think it goes back to like help the defense out, get a big play. Like you got to try for that. We have the tools that are supposed to be able to make those types of moments happen. Let it happen.
Another thing we keep forgetting about is Mike McCarthy hasn't called plays in a long time, right? So his first 2 games, he was playing with the lead, kind of ran with what they ran against the Cardinals. Maybe this was kind of a wake-up call and kind of got him back into it. Hey, when I'm down, I need to change it up a bit. I need to get a little bit more. I can't play so conservative. I have to challenge downfield to be able to get back in the game.
Specifically when we're losing.
That's what I mean.
You gotta press.
The first 2 games you can play this because we had such big leads, but when you're down by 2 scores, you gotta go deep. You gotta go yard, baby.
Put the pedal to the metal.
What did you think of Bell and Thomas having a lack of play here? So we got this tweet from Brandon Laurie, or Brandon is right. On Sunday against the Cardinals, the Cowboys defense allowed 222 rushing yards. 2 players who were prominent in stopping the run in weeks 1 and 2 didn't play much, if at all, in Arizona. Juanway Thomas, 0 snaps on defense, and Marquise Bell, only 9.
I'd like to see these guys get a lot of LVE snaps, to be honest. So I'm being dead serious. On the 1 touchdown play that the Cardinals had, and LVE just gets outran, the guy just speeds out. I guarantee Thomas is going in to take that dude out. He's at least having a better effort. So on some of these longer down and distances, I would love to see Thomas in because he has been a difference maker when he played. And even Marquez Bell, when he was in, you could notice him in there. He had a couple nice tackles in the run game. So I would be very surprised if you don't see a bit more of those. Their snaps will go up for next week's game.
You think reasoning behind is because we were down? Like, why would there be reason to not have them, like Wanye, in at all?
Well, if they're thinking about the team running it, they're scared that they won't be able to get off a block, right? Like off of one of the offensive line getting up. So LVE's there, right? He's more than likely going to be taking on a guard or the center. If you put Thomas in, who's probably, 50 or 60 pounds lighter than LVE, they might be scared that he's just going to get ate up. But LVE had a very terrible game. So I would at least like to see them try something different if we start getting smashed out by the run early. The good thing, the Cowboys match up pretty nicely with bigger running backs, which Zeke and Stevenson are. We get kind of burned when the guys are fast. So I do like our matchup a lot better against the Patriots running game than we had against the Cardinals running game.
A couple last things that are just fun facts. Speaking of our kickers, are our woes finally gone? Another Brandon is right. Brandon Laurie tweet. Thanks for doing them. Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey has been one of the best overall kickers throughout 3 weeks. Kicking grade 77.3 first overall. Number of touchbacks, 21st overall. Field goal, 10 for 10. Probably tied for first with some people. Points scored, 36. Tied for first amongst kickers.
I like to see it.
We were worried. Crack him if you got him.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em.
If you
Try crack
got
'em.
him.
And 2 just little quick notes here. Tony Poley.
Tony Poley.
He only had 1 TFL last game.
Love to hear it. Love to see it.
And Mazzy Smith, is he trending towards bust? He played 12 snaps, 8 run, and had the fourth lowest run. Was the fourth lowest run defender.
Yeah, they're not liking what they're seeing yet. They're not liking what they're seeing out of Mozzie. It's funny because I went back and looked at the very first video that we made when they drafted Mozzie, and people ripped us apart. So I'm not going to bring that up. I'm not going to. I have that receipt.
You're not going to cash those receipts?
Well, I have that receipt held because we got absolutely torn apart for not liking the pick. So it's interesting to see it not pan out. Is it still early? Yes. Has he? I think maybe you need to have him play more than whatever amount of snaps he had in that game to actually be able to get a true
It's yeah. I think they're just seeing better opportunity and the other options available at this point.
Hankins in the running game has been an absolute beast. Osa's been one of our best defensive linemen. So it's hard to get either of those guys off the field.
I know players take time to develop, but with your first overall pick, you just can't. They gotta be able to be playing on the field, at least in a prominent backup role.
Well, when I was thinking about it, we were thinking about taking a couple other guys. Osiris Torrance, we talked about taking. Joey Porter Jr., we thought about taking. So right now, think about it. If we would have taken either of those guys, both of them would be starting for us right now. We had guard trouble with injuries, and we've had now Trevon Diggs out. So both of those guys would have been stepping in. And you could say that about a lot of ways with the draft, but it is a little concerning not seeing our first overall pick getting many reps.
Yeah.
We got Tommy Montoya saying, "What's good, Cowboys Nation?"
Sup.
And then we also got Llama Gamer saying, "I hope Lepke gets more involved in the red zone." I too as well. I too also agree.
Also two as well.
Also two as well.
Too.
Also two as well.
I mean, not to say I disagree, but like I don't know that the Cowboys. No, I mean, fucking do it if it's going to happen. But I don't know that the Cowboys need to be making changes to the running game. I'm liking what I'm seeing in that part of it.
Let's just say this.
boy.
After every single time the Cowboys lose, it feels like it's the end of the world. Everybody wants to blow everything up and reshape everything. Let's wait till after the Patriots game to really see where the Cowboys stand. If they bounce back and have a convincing win, everything's going to feel right, and we're going to be jacked up as fuck for the San Francisco 49ers game. If they lose, well, 2 losses in a row, get ready to see some fireworks on social media.
Yeah, I said it. Write it down, take a picture, send it to him. You heard me?
Is that Zeke?
His soundbite overpowered mine.
Oh, you guys double soundbited.
Fucking kill me.
That's your favorite one.
Because it's just
It's your favorite one, and you always do it at the weirdest moments.
well, because you're saying if we lose again this
you
week,
don't have to explain your soundbite.
people are blowing stuff up. So that's my Cowboys right there.
Debatable. Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Now suck my cock.
Yeah, we got a battle. Just we got. Alrighty. What's up next?
Well, we got power.
Okay. Now we're good.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for one of you idiots to hit another play.
Now Adam's battling himself. Look what we started. NFL Power Rankings. Where were we last week?
We were 4. We were
Well, we're now going to be 29.
out of top 10.
no 8th. I'm going 8th. I'm kind of mad that they put. I hate when they tell you that the Dolphins hit number 1. I hate that they tell you that in NFL Power Rankings, Week 4. Prolific Dolphins hit number 1 spot while Browns and Packers crack top 10. Well, maybe we are falling out of the top 10.
At least pose a question. Do the Dolphins crack the number 1? Like, come on.
Is there a new number 1? Something like that?
Yeah. Come
I was
on.
going to say the Dolphins, after that 70 to 20 point win, they were probably going to be number 1. But where do you guys think the Cowboys landed? We were 4 last week. How many spots did we tumble out of NFL.com's power rankings?
I mean, I feel this is a big opportunity for NFL to kick sand in the Cowboys' face.
Yep. We all saw it. We all thought Cowboys couldn't do it, and sure enough, they tank after the last place team. That kicks them right out of the top 10. No, I think they're going to be 7. I feel 7.
7?
It's going to be this weird thing for Diggs.
7, okay. You said 8?
I don't know yet. I was waiting for you to go.
Okay,
I'll go last.
Llama says 32. Kilo saying number 5, and then Llama comes back and says 6.
Man, I'm hinging on 9 or 10.
Ooh. You think they did us dirty like that?
I think Browns or Packers probably take 10. One of them take the 10 spot, so I'll say 9.
Fuck. So you said 7. AJ said 8.
I said 9.
9. What did you say?
You said it 8 originally.
Well, you brought up.
No, I thought
brought
maybe
it up.
they
Okay.
tumbled down
I
around
said
there.
7.
Hey, until we look, we don't have to lock it in.
But I only said 7 because I thought you said
Well, do you
8.
want 7 or 8?
I want 8.
Okay, I'll take 7.
okay.
Okay.
7, 8,
9.
9. Oh, that's a joke.
And we're 14.
So I wonder who's number 1. I love when they write these articles and you just it really, it's intriguing, right? Dolphins up 4 spots. Okay.
Deservingly. I think
Yeah.
it's deserved. They look like the best team in the NFL.
That offense is crazy without Waddle. The only caveat is it's against those Denver Broncos. So
Right. Funniest thing about
fair? I don't know.
Tua and
NFL
the
team.
Dolphins, through 3 weeks in 2022 and through 2023, he has the exact same amount of passes, amount of receptions, amount of touchdowns, and amount of wins. Exact same.
That's fucked up.
Identical.
That is pretty messy.
8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 72 completions, and like 101 throws or something crazy. But they're the exact same, which is wild.
Okay. These guys know how to move a team. I also saw this the speed chart basically on Next Gen Stats, and the top 5 this year are all
Tyreek
Miami.
Hill.
Well, no,
And
Tyreek Hill, David Achane, and Raheem Mostert.
Mostert.
All Miami's. You can see what they did with their team.
They're fast as fuck,
Yeah.
boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
San Fran down 1.
It's understandable.
It should be Miami, San Fran, Eagles, KC. If they have KC ahead of the Eagles.
Yeah, but didn't you see Taylor Swift was at the game?
I know.
Here's a question though: did San Fran do enough to lose the number 1 spot? I mean,
No, Miami just gained it.
Yeah, but I don't
Miami
think you should.
I agree with you.
I don't think you should move up 4 spots to number 1. I think you should move up to number 2. But San Fran, what did they do to lose that spot? I don't know that beating. I mean, they led an ass kicking, absolutely, but I don't know if that's enough to say. Well, you now dethrone the guys who've been in there.
NFL.com, baby.
The NFL.com's looking at it like the Giants apparently came into Thursday's matchup. So, like, are they? You mentioned it in the post game and then got lit up in the comments about saying that the San Francisco 49ers almost lost to the Giants. That's obviously why they're rating them a little bit lower because they struggled against.
Did I
the
say
Giants.
almost lost or barely beat?
I don't know.
I said barely beat.
Barely beat. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Almost lost. I'd light myself up. Okay, number 3. Who do we got?
Number 3 of the KC
Kansas
Chiefs.
City Chiefs at 2-1. They dropped down 1 also. So it's it's just going to be everything shifted except for the Cowboys. Instead of being at the 5th spot, we're going to be on Pluto.
It would be nice if they were number 5 though.
Only
No,
thing
there's no
KC
chance.
Only thing KC is missing this year is just a comparable wide receiver, someone who can just be respectful every game, and otherwise, I think that they'd be,
They wouldn't have lost to the Lions, and they'd be still in the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
Philadelphia Eagles at number 4.
Again, shifting down 1.
Yeah, it's the top. So it's basically the Dolphins are at 1, and then they just shifted the other 3 down a spot.
I hate the Eagles, but not sure how they're below the Chiefs at this point.
I agree. I honestly think they should be above the Chiefs.
Bills moved up 1
After they smacked out the Washington Commanders 37-3, they smoked the Commanders.
Thinking the Commanders are going to be ahead of the Cowboys.
Oh
No, this is a good. Not that again. It's.
Well, I'm
the
not saying you
Commanders.
want them to be. I'm just
no,
saying
they're not good. They just lost 37-3.
It's against the Commanders, but people are talking about how the Bills have turned their season around in week 3 from the Bills are going to be shitting the bed in week 1. I mean,
And it's kind of the similar thing that happened to us. Just we had it in week 3. They lost to an Aaron Rodgers-less team, right? So they still lost to Zach Wilson, which we beat the Jets and Zach Wilson. So it's kind of
Zach Wilson's much more terrible than Dobbs.
Oh, agreed. 100%. I definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah. Next up on the docket, the Cowboys. Oh, they weren't too bad.
Only dropped 2
shit.
points.
we're number 6.
Okay, what do they say
Interesting.
about us here?
Who's jumping at ad?
Well, now we know what it looks like when Dallas has a bad day on both sides of the ball. Even with Trevon Diggs lost for the year, the Cowboys should not be having games like this going forward. It's easier to excuse the offensive issues given the absence of 3 starting linemen. I'm going to that radio
I know.
voice.
It's always about 2 sentences in.
It's easier to I'll start it again. It's easier to excuse the offensive issues given the absence of 3 starting linemen. The defense breakdown in the first half was proof that a quality creative offense can put this team in some uncomfortable spots, especially without Diggs on the field. The secondary, save for maybe Stephon Gilmore, had a tough game. There's no question this loss to Arizona dramatically changes my view of this team. Fuck you. Eventually, Super Bowl winners have been known to put up a regular season dud along the way, although seldom more than 1.
That's the key. You get 1. You get 1 weird loss. And it's shitty that we used it up so early.
Utah. Give me 2.
No, you don't get 2. You get 1. You get 1 shitty loss, and we used it up in week 3. Now, you have 3 tough games coming up, and we really could have used that little bit of that buffer loss, but it is what it is.
It's how you come back from it. Do you think this is a team that is going to crumble under the pressure and now start battling internally and then have that flat out onto the field and then just continue to dig themselves in a hole in quicksand? Or are they the type of team that can come together, use this to motivate themselves and each other and get back and start proving people wrong? I like what you said, like being on top is a hard place to be because it's hard to motivate yourself when you're the best in the world.
Especially when everyone's telling you
everyone's telling you that, right? So
you're so good.
I would rather the Cowboys be told they suck, they're not going to go anywhere, as long as they can handle it. And to be quite frank, if you can't handle that playing in Dallas, then this is the wrong team for you probably. So I believe everyone on the team can.
If
You can't handle the truth.
If you can't take that in Dallas, we got a one-way ticket for you on the Loser Cruiser, a.k.a. the Greyhound bus. That's what they used to tell you in camp if you got fired for drinking in camp.
Yeah.
So we'll tell anyone that on the
You're drinking in camp, you're taking the bus.
the Loser Cruiser.
Look,
You're going to get strapped.
that's right. Yeah, so okay, there we go. Let's finish off the top 10, though.
7, Detroit Lions up 1. Baltimore Ravens down 1 to 8th. Cleveland Browns break the up 4 spots, hit the 9th spot, and the Green Bay Packers up 8. Wow.
Who got kicked out?
That's a big jump. Who gives a fuck who got kicked out?
Thank you.
Bangies.
The Bungles.
Bangies moved
Who
up.
they?
The Shithawks.
Jacksonville.
See, I had a nickname for all of them. The Bungles, the Shithawks, the Goof Wires.
The Goof Wires.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
I don't know. I was reaching.
Okay, well, that was it, and that was
Six.
the top 10. I mean, 6. Hey, better than
Surprised.
we all thought.
Surprised.
Better than we all thought. Well, let's move into the game preview here. We got the New England Patriots heading into Dallas, AT&T Stadium, home of Jerry Jones and the boys. 1:25 p.m. PST kickoff.
Great time.
CanFan kicks off at 1:20 or 12:25 p.m. PST.
These afternoon games, eh?
Yeah, we only have 2 morning games this year, guys. There's only 2 10 a.m. starts for us, and because we get a little cray at the 10 a.m. ones. I'm glad we don't have any this, or only 2 this year.
Shout out to my boy Hakeem in the chat, even though he's probably only in here to see us cry about the loss from the Cardinals. So fuck you, Hack.
Yeah, Hakeem, fuck you.
Hey, Hakeem, just drop a little super chat. It'll be okay.
You'll juice us up real quick.
He says Zeke revenge game.
And doubt it.
We'll see. But that's the preview.
3 fumbles from Zeke Elliott. That's my boldie.
Bot G already said we hope we get a fumble from Zeke.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope it's returned by D-Law. I hope it's returned by D-Law.
What if Belichick does not play Zeke at all?
Just because he's like, he feels like Zeke's inside man.
Yeah.
He just does not trust him.
He's like, I know what Brady Gate did to me. I'm not gonna put Zeke in there for the Cowboys.
Zeke is coming off of his best game as a Patriot, so it'll be interesting to see how many snaps he gets.
Well, once we bring that up, we'll take a look at that statty line.
So we do have this. We have team metrics up right now. We'll go through it. Power rank overall, guys. This is kind of like we're looking through Madden rankings. If you're just listening, you got to come to the YouTube. We got all sorts of stuff. That visuals, if you're just a visual learner. So the power rank overall, the Patriots are ranked 15th and the Cowboys are ranked 5th. This is PFF, Alex? Yeah, PFF.com.
This is PFF. We're utilizing that
subscription that you think that we have.
No, I pay for this. I pay for the PFF. The other one, the other thing was
the next gen one. Okay,
is different. So then power rank defense. Interesting. They have the Patriots at 14th and the Cowboys sitting still pretty at 2nd. Even after that game against the Cardinals. Offense power ranking for the Patriots is 15th and the Cowboys 19th. Not very surprising there. SOS played. I need some help.
Strength of schedule played.
Okay.
So far, the Cowboys have had the 32nd ranked strength of schedule, whereas the Patriots have had the 4th.
So that always confuses me. I think this is the one weird one when 32nd means it's it's beneficial.
No, if you have the first strongest,
but how does that doesn't make
schedule?
sense? The Patriots have played the Dolphins, the Jets, And who else did they play? They played one other team, the Eagles. We've played.
so yeah, maybe
30 second. 30 second is good. Like,
well, here's the thing. They have it this way on this chart, and then they have another chart. I'll just pull it quickly. so
He's
you
a
can
chart
see.
boy today. He's a chart boy today. I love it.
Then they have this chart where it says the strength of the opponent is rated from 0 to 10. The higher the value, the more favorable the matchup. And the Cowboys have a 3.3
yep.
against in week 4 here, a 0 in week 5.
And then the New England Patriots have a 0.6.
That's right.
So that's us against each other.
That's us against
So
them.
that's why they have a 0 points. So favorable? They have a more favorable matchup?
You know what? Let's
I
just
don't
skip that
fucking
one
know.
because we'll figure it out. But either way, it's either meaning that they've had a more favorable schedule or we have.
You know what I mean, though?
Yes.
I'm saying there's...
I think it means that we've had the weakest or the strongest, weakest schedule, weakest opponents.
Weakest opponents, yes. Okay, so we're thinking the same thing where they've had harder opponents. So average offensive snaps, they're pretty similar. Run percentage plays, we go pretty much half and half. The Patriots, this is an interesting stat because Mac Jones isn't known for being a slanger and banger, but they're only running the ball 37% of the time, guys.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just because of the quality of teams that they've been playing, so they've had to been throwing the ball. It's also been that that running back, help me out.
Stevenson?
Ezekiel.
No, Stevenson has not been running well.
Yeah.
Zeke had a great game last week.
5 yards a carry, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, average. So, I mean, are we going to be running into Zeke Elliott for most of the game next week?
Is he going to be given one of these guys?
If he does.
Is Elliott going to be given one of these? This puts me in a weird spot. Elliott's one of my favorite Cowboys of all time, and I hope we absolutely fuck him up.
Here's the thing. We didn't end on bad terms.
No, great
Everything
terms.
seemed amicable enough. Like, so I hope he gets a really big standing ovation. And
Yeah,
they have a nice video for him playing for the game. And
Yeah, I hope, and Kahuna says that in the chat earlier on. I hope that AT&T will give Zeke a genuine nice response to his return.
They will.
I don't think that you can't boo Zeke.
No, man, the guy ran his wheels off of for the Cowboys, basically.
Imagine he jumped into the Salvation Army bin.
There won't be one.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, imagine if he was playing there when the bin was there and he jumps into it.
Imagine.
Hey,
Imagine.
What if, right?
What if, right?
so these ones are a little bit more conceptual, but it's earned plays, earned points average per run, and earned points average per pass. So I don't really know what's awesome and what's not.
I think 0.17 might be good.
No, the higher is better.
Okay.
But I don't know if is 1.2 good
Or is 3 good and then all of our numbers suck
yeah.
here?
So it's better just to look at the comparison.
I
in
like
this
that
case.
I like that they put it there and just expect us to know.
Well, there is fucking leagues of documentation on their website, but we're not going to go through that. Look. If it's not here and ready for us, we're going to make up our own
If it's
thing.
not quick and accessible and visual, we don't want it.
Here's a kicker. I did see Dobbs had a 9.6 earned.
Okay, so higher the better.
Yeah. So higher the better. So what we're seeing here though is that the Cowboys have a negative 0.04. So they're almost kind of getting even there with their points per run average, whereas obviously the Patriots are not having as much good luck with a negative 0.2. All these numbers don't matter. It's just a larger difference where the Cowboys are seemingly scoring more points per play on average, more so than the Patriots are.
Perfect. I agree.
You know?
Fuck you, EPA.
But yeah, and now let's go down to this little QB comparison here.
So right now, Mac Jones,
having a
PFF
good
grade.
year.
Yeah, his PFF grade, 71.4. Dak Prescott, 63.8, guys. What do you think? I haven't watched enough Patriot games to be able to say if Mac Jones has looked good. All I could say is Dak Prescott's PFF grade. He's got that P yellow he's got that piss yellow beside his name. You don't want piss yellow color. No. The only next worse is when you have the dehydrated hungover pea. Orange pea, and then it's red, then your dick's chopped off, and you're bleeding out there. So there is you don't want to see from pea yellow to blood red. Those are not good colors beside your name. And Dak Prescott's right now sitting at some yellow.
Yeah, you want
Green pea.
you want infection green.
You want infection green.
You want infection green,
green.
or St. Patty's Day, post St. Patty's Day green.
Or sky blue, because I think blue's the best color on PFF. And it's like it's a royal blue, or it's a weird blue.
If you're in like the top percent,
Yeah, like the 90 and up, I think is blue.
Well, ratings are pretty close though, by all accounts.
It is, except for the turnover worthy play percent,
Which I don't understand.
because we're looking at almost a 1% jump ahead of Prescott.
Yeah, but that's good because we're lower percent.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like if I had 2% and you had 3%, it's like, oh, that's only 1% difference, but it's actually
Over 100 throws, you're having another interception more than me.
exactly. So it's a significant thing. So his turnover worthy play percent, you want that to be lower, but Mac Jones has a better big time throw percent.
So this is
Not that much
this is
higher.
the confusing thing, guys. You look at so they have their PFF grades, right? And then you look at all their other numbers, and Dak is leading on every other number, but his PFF grade's still lower. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's actually on every other statistic that PFF is showing in the QB comparison, Dak's beating him, except in the actual PFF grade.
Yeah. So there must be, I mean, I bet you a lot of this hinges on just low production.
Yeah, no touchdowns, not as many touchdowns thrown.
But
maybe
Mac Jones had a great first game.
It could also be the power rating ranking for the team also could take into account. Like if Dak's numbers are like that with Mac Jones and Mac Jones on the 21st rated team, that probably puts Dak's PFF grade a lot lower.
I don't know.
Well, he's on the 5th rated team, so you'd expect that he, as the quarterback, should have.
Wouldn't it be a better rating? Because your team's 5th ranked? I don't know. We're just now going in circles
guess what?
trying to
We're just talking here. We don't.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to dive into these stats here just so next time I don't feel like an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll figure out what all those mean. But really, what we're just looking at is just the comparisons. And guess what? They weren't anything big from what we could tell. But impact players, injuries here. We got Mac Jones, cornerback? No, just kidding. Whoever that is, he's on IR. So is Ukaele, defensive interiors on injury reserve. But we got another Jay Jones. How many freaking Jones?
Julio
do they
Jones?
have?
Julio Jones
Jones
playing
on
cornerback.
CD.
Mac Jones is playing cornerback, sorry.
Yeah, so Jay Jones, cornerback with a leg injury. He's questionable. We got Godchow, defensive interior.
Gotcha.
He got a leg injury, questionable. And then we got Esso guard with a head injury, and he's
these guys all suck. They're all pea yellow to blood red, so nothing missing for any of these guys being off. What do the Cowboys have? I don't know any of these guys that we're looking at. No. See, now look at this.
There we go.
The Cowboys are missing some important players. A lot of green. Top three very impactful players. You got Zach Martin, guard, who's right now leg injury. He's questionable. Diggs, obviously, we know is on IR. Tyron Smith is leg questionable. And then Chuma Edoga, who's new on the old, he wasn't on there before, guys. He's questionable. And then Biadash is questionable. So right now we have four or five offensive linemen on the injury report. Worrisome?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, questionable. We'll find out over the next 2 days what that actually means, because Wednesday could just be a day that they're giving off.
They did. A lot of guys had vet days. Martin had a vet day. CeeDee Lamb had a vet day.
Everyone has to take their dog to the
vet day. It's like, yeah, man, you should take your pet snake in. He's looking thirsty. But hopefully I would like to see all these linemen playing for this game. Tyron Smith better play. He was in gear last game. He better be playing.
The worst thing about last game was when losing and seeing them cut to Tyron Smith.
It'd be funny if we just have that, and every once in a while, you guys just bring a picture of him up out of nowhere.
Just standing in full gear behind two guys who are undressed.
Should have let him in.
I am. I don't want to move on yet to the other aspects of this, but because I'm trying to find the player.
Okay, well while you find it, I'm going to hit some chat. So Hack says, I want to see Tony Pollard get 30 plus touches in this game. He's been getting a lot more. I don't think we'll see him get 30 plus.
Had 22 last game or 23. That's pretty good. I like that range. 20. I like 20 between 20 and 25.
We have Kilo C saying we can't have Zeke in the effing red zone.
It's gonna be tough.
Kahuna saying Bill's definitely gonna give Zeke touches for show. Llama Gamer says Jerry Jones plays CB because it's Jay Jones. I don't know how I went to Julio Jones.
Yeah, you went to Julio and not Jerry.
Yeah, what the heck?
Where's your mind at, son?
Gus says I need Daddy Zach Martin back.
We all do. Definitely need Zachy boy in there.
Yeah. And then while he's looking for this, Alejandro Hernandez says, I know this is far from what you guys are talking about, which we always like.
That's okay.
But what do you guys think about Brown getting picked up by the 49ers? I mean, he is ass, but I'm surprised they picked him up.
Anthony Brown, I thought they already cut him. Thought he made it like 2 days or something, and they already cut him.
And they're just like, we just wanted to see what the Cowboys had in you, or what?
Well, I don't know. I heard that Anthony Brown got picked up, but I thought he got released again already. But I could just, maybe that was a dream.
Okay, so Hack saying 30 plus, including receptions. That, yeah, for sure. Well, Tony Pollard back to.
Oh, including receptions? Yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
He definitely could have close to that. In receptions, the more you have a guy like Tony Pollard touching the ball, the more beneficial it's going to be for everyone. He's definitely proved that he can handle the wear and tear of a lot of carries in a game, and he's one of our most explosive offensive players. So I'm not against it.
And I just loved seeing. I'd love to see Rico cook a little bit more too. I mean, I definitely became a little bit of a Rico boy.
No Deuce Vaughn last game. Zero touches for Deuce Vaughn.
Zero touches from Deuce. Lepke. I know Alex says he doesn't care to see Lepke in the red zone because he's a hater on Lepke, but
I want to see with Lepke, what they were doing with Zeke before. Zeke would line up at fullback and they would do the quick handoff where your fullback's right there. I wouldn't mind seeing Lepke get one or two of those a game. At least try it out, see if there's something there, see if he's got that power and that burst to beat the line. So I wouldn't mind seeing something like that in the red zone.
The other thing that we talked about, or not we talked about, the other thing that's being talked about this past couple of days is that Cowboys are trying to change up their signal calling because they're worried that Zeke's on the other side and he knows all their plays.
Well, you know what they should have done instead of saying that they were worried about that? They should have just used the same signals but made them different things. Instead of making a big deal about it, they should have been like, okay, we think they might know our signals. Let's make sure we overly show these signals and just make sure they're different play calls this time.
No. What we're going to do is we're going to tell Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter that we're going to change our signals.
How big of a mindfuck if someone's watching you do something and you don't bring it up in the national media and now you're showing hand signals and they think they have a one-up on you? And I don't think that's a greasy move. If you can get a one-up on someone, it's obviously not so much with the Zeke. It's with them signing Will Grier to their team. So the Zeke thing, they've had Zeke there since training camp.
Right, it was Will Grier.
But it's Will Grier that they just brought in, and he's a quarterback, so he's going to be getting the signals and knowing more of that kind of stuff than Ezekiel Elliott.
Will's first meeting, he's meeting with Belichick. It's just him in the room. He says, listen, motherfucker, you're not playing one snap. I don't even care if you dress. I want you for those play calls.
Black room, light over top of him, interrogation room, right? Like, you know the scene I'm saying here. He's just sitting in the middle. He can't see anyone. He just hears a loudspeaker of Bill Belichick talking to him. You want to get paid like an NFL player? You're going to sit there and you're going to tell us every single goddamn play that those guys are going to run.
Cheetah! Coach, come on. Cheetah! Coach.
And he just starts slapping him around. He's like pinning him. He's like, he's smacking him. He's smacking him left and right. Zeke standing back there like this.
No, Zeke doing it.
Belichick's making Zeke beat up Will Grier to tell him the signal calls. He's like, Zeke, you know the two. Anyways, okay, what do we got here, AJ?
I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the screen properly because, hang on, I can just do a little magic.
Yeah, we can.
Just do it.
But I got the player comparisons.
Okay.
I'm stretching my neck, bro.
Here we go. So, and this is going to be interesting to see because PFF definitely was favoring Mac Jones. And I can see right now off of the get-go why PFF is giving him a higher grade. He's thrown 5 touchdowns to Dak's 3. That's probably, I imagine touchdowns are quite a bit favorable metric for PFF and figuring out their grades. So you got Dak Prescott, 67.7% completion percentage to Mac Jones's 64%. Yards are fairly close. Mac Jones has about 100 yards more. Like I said, Mac Jones has 5 touchdowns to Dak Prescott's 3.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair point. It's because they tally that up I actually don't know how their score is, but I can just imagine if you tally this up over 18 games, the trajectory plus the difference of 100 yards, it's going to look pretty significant at the end of the year.
100 yards?
Like, well, Jones has thrown 100 more yards than Dak as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the first 3 games. So if you times that by whatever, we're 3 games in, there's
6
17.
or
Yeah,
5.7.
so he's going to end up with
7.
He should end up with 500 more yards
And a
then
lot more touchdowns.
10 more touchdowns or something like that, right?
Yep, they
Whatever
definitely
it
take
is.
that. And then, so interceptions, Jones has thrown 2, Dak 1. Now you go down to the rushing leaders. Tony Pollard's easily leading in the category out of the 4 they show.
Oops. But look at Zeke there, 28, 122. I mean, no one would be upset with that. We wouldn't be upset with that.
Well, he's almost has as many as Stevenson, and he has 20 carries less almost.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's that good pickup for the Pats there. But Rico did come to play last week, so we'll have to keep an eye on him and see how many yards he keeps putting it up.
But Tony Pollard, guys, 62 attempts, 264, 2 tugs.
That's what we wanted.
That's what we like. That's a good 3-game split.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because one of those games, it was like, I feel like his average is higher the last 2 games.
Yeah, his first game was low. We're doing something wrong here, though. Who is getting the edge between Mac Jones and Dakota Prescott? Dakota Prescott. Ooh. Who is edging out who? Who is edging who?
I want to be controversial and say I think in terms of beginning of the season trajectory, Mac Jones. However, I believe in Dak. I believe in Dak playing in AT&T Stadium under the watchful eye of Jerry Jones. Okay. And I think that
shout out to Jerry Jones, yeah, cause he be the owner.
I gotta give it to Dak on a bounce back game.
Okay, Dak on a bounce back game. I'm just gonna go purely stats. If you put both their stats without anyone's face on the picture and said which stat line are you more happy with? 748 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions versus 647 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. I got to side with Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's fair.
Purely because of stats. That's it. Do I think Dak wins the game? Do I think the Cowboys win the game? That's not the discussion we're having. I'm purely looking, and AJ, you're a stat man, but you went with your gut feeling, which I approve. I like that you went with, did we just switch roles? Did we just Freaky Friday each other?
We got to go pee in the toilet again.
Yeah, we have to go pee
at the same time. And Adam, throw the battery in now. Look, you're absolutely right. Stat-wise, it is that way, but sometimes you got to put a little bit of your emotion in these decisions. Okay?
I appreciate it. I do like the fact that you went with Dakota, but I gotta side with Mac Jones' stats.
That's fair.
Well, you know where I'm going. And yes, we know that's an outlaw, New Age Outlaws DX thing, and we're fucking New World Order.
It's all the same to me. It's all the click, baby.
You're going Mac Jones. You're going Mac Jones, aren't you?
I'm going Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay.
It's for the exact.
Crack me if you got him. What about that? That was right at you. I was trying to spray you with that one.
Because it's a very Cowboys thing to do for Dak to have like his best game ever after such a shitty fucking game.
And you guys are both Dak riders. It's known. I've seen it at least 46 times on our Instagram.
You are such a Hank rider, dude. You've ridden Hank.
Wow.
You have.
Okay,
it's true.
I'm switching back to Dak just because of that comment. Nobody calls me a Hank rider.
You know what? I like it, Anth. You are the logical person in this argument, but we're still gonna say that we're right. And
Fuck you, dickhead.
I approve it. Okay, running backs. Who has the edge?
Botg says it's not so much Dak versus Mac. It's much more
Dak
Micah versus Mac / Zeke. But I know I was waiting for the boots on the ground, but
Dak versus Mac.
Boots on the ground.
Dak versus Mac. It rhymes. It's got to be about them.
Dak versus Mac.
I hate that Trevon Diggs isn't in this game because he was college teammates with Mac Jones, and the last time they played, Diggs pick-sixed him and then got burned on the next play. But it sucks that we wouldn't be able to pick him off with Trey Dog. But okay, running backs, Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle versus Stevenson and Elliott. Who you guys taking?
Oh, TP20 and Dowdle.
In the case of the combination of the two, I want to see. I have to go with the best of the bunch, and that's TP20. Just a little insight here, though. It's going to be really exciting if Elliott is starting the game and both TP20 and Elliott are going back and forth, baby. I mean, like, I shouldn't be looking at that maybe because of the loss that we just had, and it should be all
Hey, we're past that loss, baby.
we're past it now, and I don't know. It's the truth. It's going to be exciting. I do think Elliott runs more than Stevenson in this game.
I believe so. He was the hot hand last game.
Yeah.
He's got that storyline type thing that he's got everything in him, trying to will him to having a good game. He's got that extra juice.
And Belichick likes to put guys in corners and see how they fight out. Like he likes to do that to his players in a positive way.
Belichick's pump up speech to Zeke is, they didn't want you, right?
Yeah.
Go out there and show them. Go out there and show them, Zeke,
He's
what
like,
you can do.
Here, I made you this tape. And that's all it is.
Just him talking.
They didn't want you, right? Yeah, just over and over.
I also made you a sweater with no sleeves on it.
Yeah.
Here, I made you this cassette tape. Play it throughout the night so that you hear my voice. He's like, a cassette tape? I don't even know what that is.
I don't even have fucking weirdo.
Gives him a walk.
So I agree. Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, agreed.
Okay, let's move down to these receivers. They're just showing the top two, and it's very good that Gallup came to play last week because at least this looks a little bit more respectful.
Could you imagine Gallup doesn't get those 92 yards last game and it's just CD and some other schlub?
Yeah, and even if CD got him and let's say CD had 350 yards, it'd be like CD and then, I don't know, Turpin with 39 or something like that.
I'll go first here. I'm giving the edge right now based on these stats to our receivers.
You're going it. Well, you're going.
Look, I mean, obviously, right now, if I'm going to say Zach has the edge over Mac,
Are you Bessie Boys gonna?
I was just puked.
Okay.
If Dak has the edge over Mac, I have to be consistent with it. I got to say our receivers are going to have an edge over the Patriots receivers. But when you look at the stats, both of these receivers have solid yardage and 2 tutties.
Well, Hunter Henry is technically a tight end, but we'll still include him because he's out there catching.
He's slagging.
Pop him if you got him.
Pop him if you got him. But you got to look here. So we have 27 receptions between our two top targets, and they have 27 between their two. The yards, we are a little bit ahead with yards between our top two, but they're definitely dominating with the touchdowns.
And here's the thing. I look at the yards in terms of the receiving more so because touchdowns, obviously, if you're scoring touchdowns, I'm not taking that away, but it does come from play calling in the red zone. It does come from a quarterback being able to get it into the wide receiver's hands in the end zone. Crack him if you got him. So if I wasn't to look at that, but again, I'll take Ant's advice. Just looking at stats, I have to go with the more rounded New England offense because they have 28 points between the two of them, and they're just not far enough behind in yards. But the best player on that board is CD Lamb.
See, and that's why I'm going this time. I'm going opposite.
We did switch.
We switched. I got to go with my guy, CD Lamb. He had an off game last week. I fully believe he comes and has a great game this Sunday. We all remember his walk-off touchdown against the Patriots a couple years ago, the waving meme, waving over at everybody as he scores that final touchdown. I'm going with the wide receivers for the Dallas Cowboys. Michael Gallup finally got his feet underneath him a little bit. It's only going to make CeeDee Lamb better, and maybe we finally see the resurgence of a little man named the Acha, a.k.a. Brandon Cooks. I'm going Dallas. Name another wide receiver on the Patriots.
I couldn't even name one. I couldn't name
that one.
Don't forget it. Booty's on them.
Oh, right.
Booty's there, but still.
I'm a booty boy.
But still, I got to go with the Cowboys wide receivers. Got to do it, baby.
There's this other little section here I'm trying to fuck.
Got to do it.
I'll remove out of there so you can look.
Oh, I'll just have to do it the old school way here.
Well, the interesting one, and I don't know if we're going to see it, but as far as defensive matchup goes or players, I don't know if we're going to do that at all.
Oh, yeah. We're moving to that right here, but just a quick little summary of the team stats, and then we'll go on to those position matches.
Okay.
And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're showing up in here. It just makes us feel better, you know?
It's an ego boost.
Look, we are seeing a pretty even matchup in terms of production, okay? I would call it right down the line for total yards, and they just basically swapped New England's wives better at passing. Yeah, they've swapped wives. New England has more passing yards. Dallas has more rushing yards. They both have New England 10,069 yards.
Nice. 69, dude.
And Dallas 1088 with a nice shout out to the 88s there. So yeah, nothing you can take away from that, I don't think.
Paying on average yards per play. Both have 5 points scored. Dallas is edging out New England a little bit. Fumbles lost. New England with 2. Dallas with 0. Interceptions thrown. New England with 2. Dallas with 1. Sacks allowed. New England with 6. Dallas with 3. This is a big one. Third down efficiency. New England 40%. Dallas 51.
That's good. That's good.
It's pretty. AJ, this is pretty. It's pretty even.
When you look at everything, it's pretty even, absolutely. Time of possession, Dallas is 25-33. I'd like to see them start boosting that up, where New England definitely has had the ball on average longer, almost 30 minutes. Penalties, Dallas 24, mostly due to that last game.
Yeah, you take our 13 away, say we have the average of 8 or whatever we were having, and we're pretty even. We had that outlier game of 13.
Yeah. Total yards allowed again are almost split down the frickin' middle. Just a difference of like 6 yards. New England has allowed more passing yards. Dallas has allowed more rushing yards.
Wipe swap.
Points allowed, Dallas 38, New England 59, but throw that stat out the window.
59, dude.
So these are a couple these are big ones, interceptions and sacks.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where we have it tips in our favor here. Dallas has 5 interceptions, New England only a measly 1. Like, what are you guys even doing? Do your DBs even catch? And then sacks, Dallas with 12 and New England with 7.
So we're looking at a 17-8 takeaway ratio there in favor of the Cowboys.
I like that.
And finally, third down efficiency, Dallas 30, New England 27. We're looking at outside of a few of those, the turnover battle, essentially, pretty much split down the middle.
Very, very close. A lot closer than I expected, to be honest. Because, well, we'll get into the betting. I won't bring that up yet.
Too close for my liking, you know?
But here we go to our new favorite screen.
Ooh.
I mean, this PFF, guys, it's really nice.
It is good, yeah.
But especially for what we want to look at here, because we don't really know. This is where that piss yellow, beautiful ocean blue. Yeah. You really got to get to know your colors.
We're visual seers.
Yeah, it really helps visually. We got the Cowboys offensive unit out here. We got the 3 wide receivers. Did you want to do two tight ends? Or?
No, I like 3 wide receivers.
Okay, we'll do 3 wide receivers, and we got the nickel with the Patriots. There's a base and dime package.
So I figured out why it's called 11 personnel. I did a little dive. I never knew this. The reason it's called 11 personnel, whenever you see a number, so personnel and always have a number, the first number is running backs, and the second number is tight ends. So in 11 personnel, they have 1 running back and 1 tight end on the field, and then you have to do some math to figure out how many wide receivers are out there. So in 11 personnel, there's always going to be 3 wide receivers.
Right. And
so that's what that number means. So 12 personnel, there's 1 running back, 2 tight ends. So the second number is tight ends. First number is running backs.
Hey.
So 13 personnel, you have 3 tight ends, 1 running back. 22 personnel would be 2 running backs, 2 tight ends.
Look, you come here. You come here for the funny, the shits, the shit gags, the shenanigans, the sex bots. But once in a
Prison
while,
talk.
the prison talk. Once in a while, you are gonna get a little bit of
Scolded by
education.
Anthony.
Well, I just learned it too because I never knew. I was like 13 personnel. I was like, I need to.
I know. It's just when you're.
I need to know what it is.
When you were explaining it to me, I felt like I got in trouble for asking the wrong question. The way you were explaining it to me, I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't.
No,
know that.
I never knew it either. But 11 personnel, yeah, it's one running back, 1 tight end.
See that? Oh. That's what you spin to heaven, bitch. And you want to test God, you fucking come get it.
That's how I felt telling you guys.
I know you.
You want to test God? Come and get it.
That's when Anth gets in the.
That was how I felt.
Okay, but let's get down to
Let's
busy.
get down to
Dak
business.
Man says, "Love the knowledge, man. Learn something new every day." A hundo.
Well, we know our set,
I sang the hundo.
but let's just get a quick once over here.
So we got Gallup.
And if you look, you got the visual stimulation on this part of the show, you got to come over if you're an audio listener. But otherwise, we'll do our best to tell you what we're seeing.
A lot of P yellow.
A lot of P yellow on that front line, guys.
Pissy off.
So right now, yeah, we're looking at the Cowboys 11 personnel right now. A lot of P yellow.
Here's where the P yellow pisses me off because Biadasz is not a 54.3.
I don't feel like he is.
That guy is a really good center. He's been solid for the Cowboys. He's just a quiet. Well, first of all, he's in the center position, and also he's just a quiet player.
Yep.
I think, I mean, maybe anyone would benefit playing with the line that they're playing with, But damn, man, he's better than a 54.
I hope we're not going in with that line.
Well, read it off to us.
So we got left tackle, Chuma Edoga, left guard, Tyler Smith, center, Tyler Biodesh, TJ Bass at right guard, and right tackle, Terrence Steele. And the only person with a green rating is our first-round draft pick from 2022, Tyler Smith, with an 84.4. This is a PFF ranking. We didn't rank it.
He's first.
He's first
overall.
out of 76 guards.
He played very good last week. He had a very good game. And then everyone else on our offensive line is flirting in the between 52 and 58 for their PFF ranking. And it's out of 100. So that's not great.
Little disappointed with Steele so far.
Yeah, but you haven't heard him getting to penalties, and you haven't really seen him get beat too bad. I think it's more to do with the run game blocking, possibly. But when you don't have your big man Zach Martin beside you, like if you're used to having Zach Martin to your left, and then no slag at TJ Bass, but you get Bass in there, there's going to be a bit of a drop off for what you do.
Loser?
Well, the only other greens on this field is CeeDee Lamb, who's well deserved. He's 28th out of 111 wide receivers. And then Ferguson, 6 out of 69 tight ends.
So I said this yesterday.
73.9.
I was on EJ Savage's show, Boys in the Zone, on YouTube. Follow him if you haven't. We were talking about our tight ends and if we thought they had been disappointing. I said in the passing game they had been disappointing. But for Ferguson to have such a great PFF grade, he's obviously doing something in the run game. Like he's picking up his run blocking. So it's actually a question I want to ask you guys before we look at the rest of the stuff. What have you guys thought about the tight end group as a whole?
I mean, I'm still not happy with their production. However, if it's coming with blocking, okay, that's something that's good. But I don't like that I think you still had that with Dalton Schultz.
Yep.
And obviously the fact that Schoonmaker has not really done shit all and was a second round draft pick, it's like, man, if we needed if he's a blocker, like
take a guy in the 4th or 5th.
Yeah, like if that's what you're looking, draft a guard who's a little smaller and shift him over to tight end.
Week 3, I think we're so used to Dak using tight ends as a safety blanket. He struggled with his receivers outside
You can
of
see
Lamb.
from his choice of plays.
In the middle of the field. Yeah. Where was Schulte always catching the ball?
Middle
right
of the
up
field.
the
I
middle.
hate to give him props, but Schulte was always
Volleyballing it or missing it or catching it in the middle.
But he was good for a couple right in the middle. He was going to win his matchup against a safety or against a linebacker in the middle of the field at least a couple times a game.
Who's this? Did he call? No, go back to bed. Okay.
Schulte?
Schultz waking up wondering if Jerry Jones is calling him in the middle of the night.
So they're trying to. Are they trying to trade?
Did they reverse the trade?
No,
did they reverse
Schultz is the type that just walks right into D'Amico Ryan's office because that's his head coach. Walks in, backpack on. So messages or Jerry try to get Jerry trade for me yet? And he's like, no, dude. I told you you're on our team. We're not going to trade you. Okay.
Hey. Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Hey, hey, I saw Jane Slater talking about Kyle Pitts. Is there rumors around about me going on with that right now?
Schulte, get the fuck out of here.
Schulte, get out of here.
Coach.
Yeah, okay, see ya.
Okay, coach. I'm going to block your ass.
So Michael Gallup, piss yellow. Cooks, piss yellow. 61.6 for Gallup.
Gallup, though, better. He didn't have a piss yellow game last game.
Can you click him? Click Gallup. I want to see still go to his individual games here.
You fucking know I can click him.
So if you go to 2023, he has, I think you can click his actual 2023 on the bottom there, AJ.
Hang on. I can get that. Anything you want to see on this page?
No, I just want to see his 2023 because it'll go game by game, and I want to see what his third game was compared to his first two.
Okay, hang on.
Hacking the Matrix. This is the Hacking the Matrix break. Well, AJ gets the stats going for
and then offense. Click
13.
Offense.
Yeah, knows his way around.
Well, I have been going. Okay, here we go. So look at that. So he had two very poor games. Michael Gallup, week 1 and week 2, he averaged around 52.3 for offense. But then last week against the Cardinals, he had 74.7.
And you know what I really hone in on? His run blocking grade is just increasing.
Yep. Yeah, it was real bad.
here's what you have to think of with Michael Gallup. Do you think we're going to see this type of boom or bust back up and down, or did he turn a leaf finally week 3 of the 2023 season, where him and Dak maybe were able to build in-game rapport again finally?
Well, confidence is a huge thing for your quarterback, and you need to have confidence in the guy you're throwing to. And that no call that Michael Gallup had against him was either going to be a touchdown or a pass interference call that got it to the 1. And Dak's not going to forget that. Dak's going to remember that. Plus his 6 catches for 92 yards. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have another decent showing on Sunday against the Patriots.
It's science.
It's a fair thought too. Is Dak did lose, and I'm not saying this is an excuse, but he did lose 2 of his big safety blankets in Noah Brown and Dalton
Which is
Schultz.
sad that Noah Brown was a safety blanket.
Right. Not that he's not replaceable. They just had some good rapport.
Comparatively, Dak's been having great, solid rapport with CeeDee Lamb. We just haven't seen CeeDee in the end zone yet.
Oh yeah, if CD had 1 touchdown, his 73.5 shoots up, guaranteed. Yeah. He's an 80, I bet. So then if we go up to the Patriots,
ooh, look at those safeties, guys.
They got safeties
Peppers and Duggar, both good.
Is that a guy from the TLC show?
Hi, I have 21 kids. I'm Duggar.
Jabril, right?
No,
I was thinking Julius Peppers for some reason.
What about Duggar? Is it the dude?
It's the Duggar family.
Is that one of the kids from the fucking Duggar show?
Hi, I'm from TLC, and I also play safety.
19 Wives? No, definitely not.
No,
Kyle
hey,
Duggar.
So what stands out to me here is at least our weak offensive line is going against their weak defensive line. However,
Judon's a beast, though. Sure, he's only 67.1. I don't care. Judon is a very, very good player. He will 100% bring the heat. Would be very surprised if we keep him off the sack sheet. He's a very good player. Don't be fooled by his PFF grade. He has 4 sacks already on the season. He had 2 last week against New York Jets, and then he had 1 in each week 1 and week 2. The guy's good.
Yeah, like these grades are great and all, but sometimes it's like, yeah, but who cares if he has a shitty grade, but he's getting a sack or 2 a game?
He has 4 sacks, right? He's averaging 1.25 sacks a game. That's pretty good. Like, I'll take that out of my right defensive end.
Yeah, and no walk in the woods here against that line. But I think one of the biggest things to note is that Gonzalez rookie, Christian Gonzalez, is a true NFL player, and he's come to play.
He fell to him.
Dakman says Christian Gonzalez is a stud.
Yeah, he fell to him. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
He was on that The Pick Is In, the documentary that they had on Roku. They have a little bit of a moment with him, and
he's a big dude. He's a physical cornerback. We looked at him. We never thought we'd have a chance to draft him. I think the Patriots got him at I want to say 16 or 17, something like that.
It felt like he was getting close. Not like there would have been a chance, but like he wasn't going as high as he was projected.
No, he was supposed to be, like I said, top 10. Some even thought he'd be the first corner off the board. So it's interesting to see, and he's obviously been balling out.
He's got some sky blue against Miami too, and that's
scary.
Ooh, that's a good blue to have against Miami.
91.6, and he was getting predominantly the hard targets against him.
Here's something interesting though. I was looking at something today, and guess what? I can't really remember what it was exactly. But
I'm touching my neck, bro.
But here are the facts. The Cowboys, the way the Cowboys run their offense and the way that Philly runs their offense, aside from a few things, of course, are very similar in a lot of ways. I'm not saying the results are the same, but there was a lot of similarities between those two. I'm sure I'm going to get scolded in the chat. However, just looking at this, seeing how Philly did against them, mind you, it was week 1, his first game. I'm looking at that. Okay, maybe the way that Cowboys play is not going to play into Gonzalez's strengths.
Hopefully, and you're right. It might not, because we're a lot of shorter passes, right? Hopefully, we can catch a ball and make a move on the guy, and he's not going to be covering CeeDee Lamb, right? Which is the interesting part. Their nickel corner Bryant's going to probably go up against Lamb quite a bit. The issue that scares me looking at this green, yellow, orange, and red map here with the New England Patriots is their safeties, like you guys had pointed out, are very good. And I think that was our problem against Arizona. We were scared to challenge their safeties. And arguably, the New England Patriots have two better safeties in Peppers and Duggar than the Arizona Cardinals did. So
we're not going to go deep.
Well, we have to. I mean, depending game plan, if you get a couple some leads, but at some point in an NFL season, you're going to have to start challenging people.
Yep.
And I don't know if it gets easier right now with Peppers and Duggar. And then the San Francisco 49ers even have a better safety than these guys. So it's if you're going to test something out and try to go deep, don't wait for San Francisco to start doing it. You're going to have to try something against this team, against the New England Patriots.
One thing I've always felt in the 3 years of watching the Cowboys is they never seem to play with like a little bit of, I don't know what the
urgency,
the word is. Like not even urgency, just like reckless abandonment and like faith, like not saying,
you would have loved Tony Romo, my friend.
Tony Romo is a fucking gunslinger.
Yeah, well, look,
love Tony Romo.
Miami's not a great comparative example due to the weapons that they have. However, Tua is out there fucking just slinging a ball. And
exactly.
Now, again, of course, he might have the targets to do it, but I don't think that we don't. I think that we could be doing some of those. I'm not saying that you change the offense for that because certainly the tools are different again, but add more of those deep ball plays. So I ask you guys, looking at this defense, what are the things that you would that stand out to you that you would change that you've seen over the last 3 weeks that you'd like to see Dak and Mike McCarthy implement here?
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Well, if Zach Martin's in the game, I tell you this much. Out of Tony Pollard's 22 runs, I'm running 15 of them to the right side.
Yep.
Definitely running to the right side. Yeah, they have Gonzalez who might be able to help out a little bit on that side.
Against the seniors and juniors?
Yeah, I'm going against the junior and senior guy, senior and Wise junior. Those are not real names. Sorry.
Fake. These are Madden drafted players in your 2030 season.
You're telling me your name's Guy Senior and the guy beside him is Wise Junior?
Yeah.
Zach Martin I'm running, like I said, 66% of the time. It works every time. I'm running to the right side, and
that's just throw that dime down without getting ready for me to hit it. I can't even find it. That's a soundbite.
Look, we're past it now. We're past it now. So the thing about the soundbite, if you can't hit it,
I can't. I don't even know where it is.
That's why I have one board. You have 7 boards.
There's nothing better than a soundbite than an explanation of the soundbite he wants to hit.
That didn't quite work. That didn't quite work.
Yep,
that didn't quite work.
I'm still mad that you found my voice somehow and
I know.
put it into a soundbite. But that's what I'm doing.
AI, baby.
If I'm we're just waiting for Ad to hit the fucking soundbite.
I can't find it.
But if I'm doing anything as a play caller and the Shoddy and Mike McCarthy, I'm looking at this right side of their defensive line, hoping Zach Martin is in, and I'm scheming to do something to them. And you technically don't even have to run to the right. You could have a run design where you're going to the left with a cutback, right? So you favor going to the left, but it sets up to cut to the right. Arizona did it very nicely to us, but that's what I'm looking at.
60% of the time, it works every time.
and I would say another thing to add, interestingly, on the left-hand side here is you've got Gallup and Lamb. Gallup coming off a gangrene game, which is what we like. So I would want to be doing some stuff with those guys and just opening up that left side of the field. You're running to the right side of the field. It's focusing on those areas where you're not engaged. And I know this goes against everything I just said about the deep throw, but you pick your moments to do that. But you stay away from those safeties and the cornerback on the right-hand side as much as it can, and just keep moving the ball. Increase your ownership, your time of possession.
Yep.
Your ownership of time.
Your ownership of time on the field.
Eastside Herald says CJ Stroud is top 5 in passing yards and 0 interceptions. You might not believe it, but QBs don't have to throw interceptions.
Well, and you might not believe it, but Eastside Herald actually said something funny. Usually his comments are lame, but that actually made me laugh. That was pretty funny.
Oh, did you have a?
Yeah, I mean, get Eastside Herald off of there. I want to see them challenge. You kind of already said it, Ant. We are coming up to a couple of teams that have stronger secondaries. You look at San Francisco, you look at Philadelphia. If we want to play ball, we have the weapons. Let's start practicing with them in game.
Let's see it.
Not just in.
Where the fuck is Brandon Cooks? Oh man! And Simon says, "Let me know. Where's this 30 best trade in 30 years so far?"
Oh, did he?
We need a Brandon Cooks. Take it off the top.
We do.
We need it. We need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna switch over, looking at the Cowboys defense versus the New England Patriots offense.
Oh, let me go ahead and switch this up to personnel nickel.
Yeah, I like nickel.
And then
yeah, that's good for them too.
Okay.
That's good for them too. So right off the bat, you're looking at us, and right off the hop, you're looking at the only two players that we've seen in the blue so far on either of the teams, Parsons and Lawrence. They're both rated at 91. One's at 91.8, which is Parsons, and Lawrence is 91.7. They've both played amazing. D-Law's had a very consistent 3 games. Micah kind of fell off a little bit last week. He looked a little out of sorts, but it's nice to see that D-line. It's also nice to just look at this team, and there's not very many weak spots, right? Except right in the middle with our linebackers. Something that we talked about, and depth-wise, knowing that we had Overshown, we kind of let it glance over, and we were kind of a little bit more excited about this linebacking core. But you look at Clark and you look at Van Der Esch, it almost makes you think, did we jump the gun a little bit too early getting rid of Jabril Cox?
I mean, possibly.
Of course, hindsight's 2020, my friend. Who else can play in that position on this team?
Marquise Bell,
Wanye Thomas, in certain snaps, though, right? The thing I was saying, I'm scared about putting them up on running downs because they will get cleaned out. It's just a natural thing of physics, right? You get a guy that's 330 pounds on a guy that's 210 or 220. It's just the law of physics. The guy that's bigger is more most of the time is going to win. So it makes me nervous that right now our weakest spot, just by looking at this, and we could see it on the tape, you could see it against the Cardinals, Van Der Esch and Clark have been the weak spots.
Yeah, quite disappointing. I wonder, though, is this a product of the scheming and the chances? Like, not to say that Van Der Esch and Clark haven't been underperforming, but does DQ's defense require, like, okay, if our first attack, which is like heavy artillery, doesn't work, then you guys are kind of going to be sitting in the trenches here and you got to make a big play. And maybe those guys in this type of scheme, they just don't have that in them to do that. They're good to, work with a team, but when they have to be the soldier standing out there to make the tackle by themselves, if that powerhouse assault at first doesn't work, they might just not be fit for that.
I'll say this.
So I wonder if that player exists.
I'll say this. The video I posted of LVE, the 2 plays that he had against the Cardinals, I would say 25 to 30 other middle linebackers that start in the NFL
commented on it.
No, make that play.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah, they comment. They're like,
I would have done that.
I would have done easy tackle. But my middle linebacker, and I've seen the Sean Lees in the league do it. Like a Sean Lee, you get that chance. That should have been a kill shot that LVE had when he was running up and clogging his gap, and he just kind of whiffed on it. So I don't like seeing my middle linebacker look scared. And I get it. He's had neck injuries. He's been better at the last year and a couple games this year. But LVE's look scared. And Clark, for as good as he was last year, has been very underwhelming so far this year.
Yeah. Still time to turn it around. And hopefully bad games, like I said, can be a motivational tool for you. Otherwise, though, the D-line's not a problem. We still got to see how Bland and this Bland-Lewis combination is going to work out.
Rated better than I was expecting.
Well, I don't think Bland was that bad, honestly. I didn't think Bland was that bad.
I only Deffy put some stats out on his Instagram, and Bland's I forget the stat line exactly from the last game, but it was a little surprising. That's why I thought they would have him as a dud on there.
So he's 60.6 in coverage at PFF. He was good in the run game and the tackling. So yeah, he obviously, you see him in his first 2 games, he was playing slot corner and he had a way better ranking. And then his first game out on the island by himself, his ranking.
It's adjustment.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. That's what I mean. You can't have one game and be like, okay, I don't think he was good enough. We need to see what he can do against New England to really be able to decide if he's going to be the answer or not.
Yep.
Well, I'm definitely rooting for Bland in that spot, and I think you work with it, you get some of those. I definitely think it was probably a surprise, and you kind of show up and you're like, okay, well, this is not going to be a problem, and then all of a sudden, the game, everybody was having some struggles except for fucking Dowdle and TP20. So let's see what we got going on in this game for our boy.
We flip over and we look at the offensive line for the New England Patriots. They got a golden blue boy, or is that I don't know. He's kind of blue. He's maybe aqua green.
He's flirting with that royal blue.
Flirting with royal blue, but not quite. But that's brown. Is that he's not the number 1 rated tackle? So we got to give him royal blue.
Got to give him prep.
Got to get that.
Got to get that.
But otherwise, their O-line's looking a little like our O-line.
A little suspect.
A little suspect. Again, we'll see what happens. There's still 2 more days of practice before practice.
I'll tell you this much. You put Tyron Smith and you put Zach Martin back in our lineup, and our lines, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable than the Patriots line.
Yeah. And then we look across to the rest of the weapons that they have. Parker, Smith-Schuster, and Bourne, wide receivers, and then Hunter Henry, tight end. I mean, Henry's no slouch.
Henry had a very good, nice, big, long touchdown last week.
And they've got this like on the left side with Parker and Smith-Schuster. They've got like these ghosts of a couple seasons ago who really performed, and like the name still excites me in a fantasy football draft, but
outside of that, just haven't really heard much.
No.
The one thing that we've kind of missed out here is, and I'm kind of doing a Can fan squibble here. The one thing we kind of missed out on is the Patriots have played some decent teams. They played against the Eagles. They played against the Dolphins, and they were close games. They were within touchdown. They lost to the Eagles, I want to say, by 5, and they lost to the Dolphins by 7. So obviously their defense is equipped to play against a high-powered offense. I would almost argue, and the stats are saying it right now, that the Dolphins and the Eagles have more potent offenses than the Cowboys, right?
Oh yeah.
So if the Patriots could play against those teams, it's going to be a game.
It's going to be a game, man.
It's going to be a game. So we can look at this and the PFF scores as much as we want, and it's fun for us. Like, I look at their wide receivers, and I'm like, oh, fuck, these guys don't scare me at all. But they've been in every game they've played this year.
The fact that Mac Jones is in, I think, his 3rd year now.
Hate his face, by the way. Do not like
hate
Mac
his
Jones' face.
Of course not. No one likes his face. That's why Billy Belichick picked him.
I'm gonna draft a quarterback that's uglier than me.
He's been in this system. Belichick's kept him around, so he sees something enough in him, right? There's been ample amount of opportunity to draft in those 3 years someone else or make a trade or whatever you need to do. He's got a good rating. He had a great first game. So we know what this team can do on offense when they're gelling. I just don't think you can sleep on the guy. The only benefit that we have is he is not a mobile QB. Not to say that Zach Wilson is quote unquote a mobile QB, but these younger QBs can use their wheels. It doesn't really seem like that's part of Mac Jones's game or part of the scheme that New England runs at all. So there's the one benefit is that hopefully the Cowboys are not going to have to deal with that attack type of QB.
Click that little fuck's name and let's see. I want to see his run. I want to see how many rushing yards.
Give us a shot. We just don't tease us. We talked about his face.
Well, we're still gonna get him. He's still gonna search his name.
And the one thing that I also like when you look back at that line, you know Micah's going to be moving around that line, so he's not just necessarily going to be slotted up against just one player.
There he is.
Is he a mini Bill Belichick?
I'm pretty sure this guy. I bought my bread off this guy a couple days ago. Looks like a baker. This guy's a baker. You can't tell me he's not. So his run, I mean, I don't know what that means, but scroll down his season grades for a sec, AJ. So it'll say run. So he's ran in 2022. He ran 27 times. 2021, 29. Right now he's ran 7 times over another. How many times would that be a game? Like 3 times a game?
Yeah.
So he's on pace to rush for the most he's ever rushed for. But you're right, 27 times in 2022, 29 in 2021. That's definitely nothing to be scared of.
Just saying that that's not his threat. I'm not saying that he's not going to run. He definitely.
I think in today's NFL,
yeah,
every quarterback can run, but it's definitely he's not a Josh Dobbs. I think Dobbs might be one of the minus the Jalen Hurts of the league, might be one of the best running quarterbacks that we face this year.
Yeah.
So compared to Josh Dobbs, I think we're okay when defending that. And he I hate to say it, but he doesn't look athletic. And I hope the defense comes out and just has that little chip on their shoulder. I hope Micah looks pissed. I hope they're pissed. I hope they're mad. I hope they're not just looking like this on the sideline.
I hate that.
I hate when it shows them. Get the fuck up. Get in someone's face.
Playing a colored Game Boy.
Yeah, get in someone's face, man.
Divine Gun says, who has a worse face, Mac Jones or Eli?
Eli.
Oh, Eli.
Eli all day.
Eli
day.
knows it.
You never go full Eli.
So for defense, guys, any changes that you want to see the defense do?
I want to see Jaron Kearse give a fuck, maybe. He also had a very lackluster game that he didn't look like he cared. He had a lot of good chances to make tackles and whiffed on it. So I just want defense as a whole to look like they give a fuck also.
You don't want to rag on LVE.
I would love to rag on LVE. To be honest.
You don't want to.
Oh, I want him to play good. I want to be like, okay, last week sucked. Or he had a shitty game. And I was even reluctant when I went very PC when I was talking about him in my compared to 2 years ago or 3 years ago, our first year doing the podcast.
Our first season.
I couldn't even watch the guy on the field without having a mental breakdown, LVE. So now
the Jalen Smith treatment.
Yeah, like Jalen Smith and LVE, the first couple weeks they were together in our first year doing the podcast. I just couldn't, I hyper focus on him too, right? Like he's the only player I watch. And I'm like, why are you running backwards? The play's fucking in front of you. Run forward. And that's how I feel every time I watch Leighton Vander Esch.
I feel like he's got a little bit of Madden AI in him where he'll like run up and just kind of stand there and you're like, why are you not fucking blocking?
Tackle! Hit the guy! You're 6'4", 250 pounds. Hit somebody. But I don't know. I still feel pretty good about this game, guys.
I actually don't want to see too much difference on the defense except for just smooth out what was a little bumpy in the beginning of that game against Arizona Cardinals last week.
If the Cowboys defense plays how they did in the third and fourth quarters, the whole game, it wasn't even a game.
Nope. Exactly.
They had a very I don't know if it was mental lapse or game planning or what. As long as they don't come out flat like they did against the Cardinals, we're laughing.
I like that they came out in after the second half break, re-energized.
What was the score going into halftime? I hate to break that on you. I think it was like 18 something.
No, I will pull that up. It was not good.
Because they had a way better second half. And yeah, we're going back to the last game, but I want to just see how many points the defense let in the second half. I think they let...
So Cardinals had... they missed a kick, I believe, or something.
They had 21... They had 21...
Well, they went for 2.
They had 21 points.
Yeah. And they went for 2, so...
Wow. So yeah, look at that. In the second half, the Cowboys defense only allowed 7 points. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If they do that in the first half, they only score 14, we still win. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's math.
Even with our dog shit game.
Even with 16 points, we look at that 3-7, 3-3. Wow, that's fucking terrible.
I mean, you could say the same thing. If our defense turned up, if our offense turned up in the second half, we probably would have had a fighting chance.
Best thing about week 3 is we still got to do this another 14 times.
I know. It was, I mean, I will say this. I was so excited about last week's game going into the weekend, and then it just like...
Welcome to being a Cowboys fan.
Killed you?
Yeah, totally.
We got our bold...
Digs to that game was like, that was my initiation for being a Cowboys fan for a few years, and just really, really... feeling it.
When I first became a Cowboys fan, I was always on forums talking to other Cowboys fans, and one thing that always
I'm just trying to find like-minded individuals,
right? But one thing
they're all saying,
"Oh, it's just
send
awful.
a dick pic." Bro.
Yeah, why are you send that? Let's see what you're wearing. Like a picture of me in a Cowboy shirt. They're like, "What you got underneath that?" But one thing I'll always remember reading someone. They're like, anytime that you're excited about the Cowboys and you think they're gonna do good, step back and punch yourself in the balls. and it'll bring you back down to earth, because that's what it feels like to be a Cowboys fan. And I always think about that, because it is. Once I start feeling great about them,
I can't.
a game like the Cardinals happens.
I got it. I understand it, but I can't live my life as a fan like that. I'm always going to be positive for my team. I'm always going to hope for the best. Even if we fucking shit the bed against the Cardinals, I'm coming into this week. Totally, it's reset. It's good. I want the boys to fucking cook.
You gotta.
Did you not see me last week? I read this in like 2002. Did you not see me last week? I was telling everyone we were going to win by 30.
I know.
Do you think I live by that, punch myself in the balls? No, I wait till the actual loss, which hurts more than a punch in the balls.
Oh my God, I hate you so much. I just want to smash your face in.
Oh shit.
We bleed blue and silver around here, man.
Crack him if you got him.
Hey, boys. Bold predictions.
Boldies.
Actually, score predictions first, then boldies.
I'm leading out right now.
Last week, I'm not even really going to read the scores because we know we did not do well there. We had Adam saying, I think TP20 would have 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He had the yardage.
Close.
He had the yardage almost.
I think that's what you had there.
No,
I said that. I said that. Sorry.
You said that.
Adam said Deuce Vaughn
Vaughn.
was going to have the same thing, so I was closer. And unfortunately, you made yours. We're not even bringing it up.
We're not even to say it.
But it was Diggs pick 6 times
Diggs
2.
pick. So are we doing boldies or score?
Bolds for score. Sorry, I
Sorry. So you said boldy, then you said score, and then you read off the boldies. So I was confused.
No, I know that scores I wasn't gonna read because.
Okay, gotcha. Score. I'm leading out. And every time I lead out, we do bad. So someone else go first.
Well, Lama Gamer already went first. 6-3 Cowboys.
Oh, okay. I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
I feel like Cowboys are going to have a rough one. It's going to be but they're going to get going, and it's going to be a better game than the last game. And I don't mean rough in that they're not going to play well. I just think they're going to be playing a good team. And I think, I'm bringing it back. I'm dialing it back. I'm going 17-14 Cowboys.
Okay, defensive matchup. This is the best team we've played. The Patriots are the best team we've played to date.
Yeah.
The most rounded team.
Well, and best coach. They got probably the greatest coach to ever coaching them.
Yeah, I'm going to go similar to Alex's. I'm going to go 24-17 for the Cowboys.
All right. I'm saying that I'm going to go Patriots don't score a touchdown. Cowboys score 3 and 2 field goals. So that puts us at what? 24, 27, 27, 15.
Wow, lots of field goals.
Yeah, they get 5 field goals. 27, 15.
Our boy,
So if you're
Aubrey.
The New England Patriots get a lot of field goals.
Any fantasy head, go pick up the New England Patriots kicker.
If anybody believes in what Ant's score predictions can relate in real life, pick up that kicker.
Pick up that kicker.
Now we do the boldies.
Okay, but hang on. So Gus.
Oh, yeah.
Gus
Sorry.
in chat. So Gus R7 Network saying 31-13 Cowboys.
Love it. Keep in the 30s. Just keep it going.
Dakman saying, I say Cowboys definitely bounce back in the red zone and defense bounce back. 24-13 Cowboys.
Close to yours.
I like that.
Bocce, 2017 Cowboys win. That's
Close
to
Boots on the ground.
That's close to AJ's.
Yep.
Ruben Cano says 24-21 Cowboys. Oh, those games are just...
That's a
those
nail
games-
biter.
I mean,
Cowboys would benefit from that.
Yeah, definitely. Win a close one.
Win a close one.
A lot of good score predictions. Okay, chat, throw down your bold predictions. Let's kick it off with AJ. What's your boldie?
My bold prediction is
Oh, sorry, and EJ Savage says 24-20. Sorry. Go
Okay,
ahead.
awesome.
I have to get it in before.
Of course, yeah. I think my bold prediction, actually, I know it is because I'm going to be saying it right now, and that is...
I fucking dare you.
Dude, you have no fucking idea who you're dealing with. Hey.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Okay, to settle.
You know what? I finally found a Let Me Bang. I finally watched the Let Me Bang Bro clip today. I got it clicked into my thing, and I watched the whole 4-minute interaction.
Oh, yeah, there's so many.
I've never seen...
Chris Lieben?
No, it's not Chris Lieben. It's not
That's not Chris Lieben?
It's not
No.
Chris Lee, it's Julian. Julian.
We have to, after the pod, you have
watch
to
it.
see it. It's unreal.
I mean, the guy's fucking drunk.
Wasted probably on
in the UFC house.
early 2000s or late 2000s where they're probably all juicing, to be honest.
Juicing and
Oh yeah,
drinking.
because they're not probably not actually.
I don't think they're getting tested.
It's all amateur.
They're probably all just on Anavar. And anyways, AJ, what do you got? Boldy.
Bold prediction is going to be we're going to have the first multi-100-plus receiving yard game. And I'm not calling wide receivers specifically because I think could be a chance that Rico might pop it off for a couple or Tony Pollard might pop it off.
Receiving.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to, if I can, if people don't think that's bold enough.
No, you can do it.
Okay.
You can do it. I need a touchdown though. I need that, and then just
Plus
one
a touchdown.
One
Yes.
You need to call the receiving touchdown.
So a wide receiver will score a touchdown plus 2 players on the offense for the Dallas Cowboys will each have 100 yards receiving.
Okay,
that's almost 2.
So, but you're not going to say what wide receiver's going to get the touchdown?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would think it's going to be Gallup and TD Lamb with the touchdown.
TD Lamb. Okay, so
MG88.
Divine Gun says 27-16 Cowboys, even though we're off the score predictions.
How about you tell us your boldy?
Bold prediction for Bocce Eric is Micah tackles Zeke for a TFL and then does the feed Zeke hand motion celebration.
Oh, that'd be rude. That'd be
Boots
rude.
on the ground.
I would, man, imagine someone does that.
Llama Gamer says this is lame, bold, but CD finally gets a touchdown.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, kind of joking. A wide receiver touchdown is bold now.
My boldy is going to be classic AB.
Do it.
2 players. It's going to be a double dragon for D-Law and Micah. They're both going to get 2 sacks each.
Ooh.
Okay, I like that.
Because it's going to be the pincer movement on that fucking Mac Attack Jones.
That's bold. That's bold. So AJ went offense, Ad went defense. You know what I got to do?
Special teams.
I got to go special teams. I'm gonna go finally Cavante, and this is bold. This is bold. It hasn't happened. Cavante Turpin, punt return touchdown. I'm not even gonna say kick return. I'm gonna say punt return touchdown.
Did you look at Gus's comment in the chat as you were saying that? Gus said the exact same thing.
Punt return?
Turpin returns either a punt, kickoff.
No, I'm going
return.
punt. The only reason I said it was you guys went offense, defense. I had to go special teams. I'm not gonna call Aubrey running a touchdown back, but I think Turpin finally does it. He was very close last week. Too bad Harper had that holding penalty, but he's got that juice. He's got that speed. I think he finally does it.
Bold prediction for Dakman says TP gets a run and catch TD. I like that.
Okay, well, is that it? All right.
Well, I never know what that ad goes in sometimes to 6 people.
And then that one was just 1. Hey, we got to get through the bets quickly and then some fantasy football, and we can call this a day.
Okay, quick bets. Let's go. Let's hop in.
Quick bets. So just a recap of last week, we all lost. Now, me and Adam here put some money on the line. Adam bet the spread, put 500 on it. Of course, he lost, so he has a total now of 954 CanFan bucks. Hey-oh.
Loser.
And I put some CanFan bucks on the under 43 to score. Lost barely. And so I have 900 CanFan bucks. And also, just real quick, this is not betting advice, what we're doing. And if you need help, go find resources.
1-800
GAMBLER.
Ants, do you want to look at your...
Well, they had it here, and it wasn't actually a site. They had the odds.
That's what he's.
No, that's not it.
This had the odds.
Yeah, down. Scroll down. Right there.
Well, this is. I have.
There was
the spread money line,
but there was one that had all of them together at one point. You had it. I don't know when. Yeah, it was one of the very
first. Today or not?
It was today. It was one of the first pages you had. I was like, oh, the betting. You have it right on. It was PFF.
Okay. Hang on.
And it was It was like the team summary, and it just had go to summary.
I'm just fucked up here with this zoom in.
It was the easiest one because you have something crazy. We just want the
Oh,
easy.
there we go. Yes,
there it
yes,
is.
I'm
That's all.
sorry.
That's all you want. Those 3 things.
Perfect.
That's it. So, okay, what were you asking me? Because I was just looking at what you had and it didn't make any sense to me.
I just want to know. Will you give us your thoughts, and then me and Adam are going to make ours, and then
So last week I lost $300 real betting on the -12 on the Cowboys. I definitely thought they were going to win by 2 touchdowns. This week I'm down. I'm on the ropes. In my account, I have $250. I'm kind of now my wiener is shriveled up a little bit.
What did you start with?
$50. I bet $50 on the Detroit Kansas City game. Got it up to 700. Now I'm down to 250 because I also bet on the Colorado game last week.
Oh, man.
So I had a tough betting week last week. But looking right now at the betting odds for the New England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys, you got the spread at plus 6.5 for the New England Patriots. Money line is New England Patriots plus 227, and the over-under is 43. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I want to roll it all onto the spread, but I'm not convinced that we will win by more than a touchdown. So I don't know. I don't know. My confidence is shrunk, but if I had to pick one that I would bet on, I would just do money line. I do think we win. I just don't think we win by more than a touchdown.
Bocce says, bet it all, Anth. Get your money back.
Well, that's the issue. You bet money line, you only win, like with my 250, you bet your money line, you only win $70. It's like, I'd rather bet $70 on the point spread. But as far as if I'm betting money, and I think the safest bet, you just bet on the Cowboys to win.
Yeah, and that's the money line.
That's money line.
Hey, so do you have your odds that on the?
I'll get it for you guys so that when you place your bet, I'll let you know how much you make.
Because they might be the same, they might be a little different. You know how it is.
I do.
What are you leaning towards? You've been a spread guy.
Bodgie says bet the Cowboys to cover.
So he's saying the Cowboys are going to win by plus 6.5.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with what Bodgie says. I'm going to put down. I'm going to do $200.
So on
Bet365,
on Bet365, it's sorry, I shouldn't have said the website. We talked about this on it's they're -7, so I can only tell you the odds for that. But if you bet on the Cowboys to cover, and how much are you betting?
$250.
So you will. Oh God, I'm all fucked up.
He's all fucked up. Where does he go?
I think he's on steroids.
If I'm on steroids, you should ask for your money back.
We're in hell right now.
250 ad?
250. Doing 250. What do I got?
They keep changing the odds. Oh, I know what happened. You guys just talk for a sec.
Okay, so
I think you know what, I look at that and I think it's true. Even though I did not predict, I predicted
I would rather win my betting odd than my score prediction, because if I win my betting odd, we still win.
Yeah. Oh, well, you still win.
What do you mean?
Your betting odd? We're playing for a bottle of the finest gin, my
I know,
friend.
but yeah, I know.
Sorry, the website
long season, baby.
The website I am on is now down to the same spread. So Adam, you said you want to take the Cowboys at -6.5.
250.
Bet 250. You bet 250 to win $227.
Okay.
Additional.
That's additional. So 250, the net payout would be 477.
Whoa, that's pretty good. Okay, I like that odd, man.
Good. I might.
The betting on the spread will almost always 2x your amount. It'll always almost double the amount you're betting.
Money line me, Anth.
Okay.
For 200.
I feel like a bookie. If you don't pay me, I'll break your fucking legs, okay?
Money line me for 200.
You so much, I just want to smash your face in.
200 net return 268.
Ooh.
So you only win $68.
Oh. Ooh.
Net return. Net return.
Yeah. I was just.
You bet 200, you only win $68. That's the thing. This is if you think the Cowboys are gonna win and money line in this situation, you gotta play it risky, son. You gotta like at least 500 it.
Yeah, but even 500 is not going to get you that much.
Man, I don't know what to pick right now. I do want to do spread. It doesn't make us an interesting game, but this is a long season, so I'm going to do spread too.
We never established the rules of like what if we deplete our entire CanFan bucks? Are we able to go in the negative?
Well, you have to talk to the bookie.
You'll have to. Well, let's cross that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
There has to be a vig on that or something. So
Yeah,
okay.
I'm betting 350.
Don't forget with the spread. If you think the Cowboys are gonna win, but you
350 on the spread.
But listen, if you think the Cowboys are gonna win, but not by a touchdown, you then bet. You can still bet on the Patriots. You can still bet on the Patriots and have the Cowboys win. Like the Cowboys could win by 3 points. And now the Patriots covered the spread.
Do you feel like he's like fucking scolding us again?
Well, I'm just saying you don't have to make the same.
I don't think 7's an incredible.
Okay, so there it is.
So 350 on spread.
350. He upped you, Ad. He upped you.
He's trying to make a play. He's trying to make a cash.
Because if Adam wins
money
two, I gotta win more than Adam.
He's trying to make a cash money play.
Okay,
he's trying to make.
But don't forget, if they don't cover the spread, you're actually lower. Okay, so
still
net
ahead, baby.
On your 350 bet, the net payout is 668.
That's the net. What's the winnings?
It doesn't tell me that.
Okay.
We'll have to do some math. So 668. Look, I got you. 668. Take away 350. 318.
Yeah, because you got to write that amount.
There it is.
Okay.
So you guys went the same thing. The bandwagon boys stuck together.
What are you feeling?
I don't know. I haven't made my bet. I don't know yet. I don't know
Save
what I
it
want
for
to do.
Sunday?
I think I'm going to be a game day bet. I don't know. I'm going to be a game day bet.
Well, to just wrap it up here, we're going to do the fantasy football game of the week, which was, of course, between yours truly and yours truly sitting in this room together.
Cowboys Can Fan Anth versus the bandwagon boys. And all I got to say, it feels good to be 3-0, son.
Yeah, it was a heart-wrenching loss. You can see here the bandwagon boys and the Cowboys. The Can Fan was basically leading from, I don't know, noon.
Yeah, because I had no one playing, and you guys had a bunch of guys. I was like, oh, man, they have a chance.
We had a chance. It did not pan out. Congratulations, Anth. 3-0. We are 0-3.
Oh, tale of two days.
Yeah, I know, but we're trying to make some moves here.
Still early in the season.
Yeah.
We've been down this path before.
I don't think 0-3.
Oh yeah, now we got to look in week 4 and I think we gotta keep following Anth because he is on a win streak. So next up,
I agree.
Next up, we got Anth versus Eric, aka Levi.
Eric Castillo.
Second year in the league. Right now, they have Levi edging Anth by a couple points.
Edging me good, too.
But if we just go through their roster quickly here, we got 4 quarterbacks. Levi Love versus Anth Jackson. I like Jackson over Love.
Yep, same.
Then for running backs, Breida and Stevenson for Levi, and Connor and McCaffrey.
It's a landslide for me.
Anth.
Yeah, no question there. Wide receivers, we got Allen and St. Brown, 2 solid wide receivers versus Kirk and Moore. I got to give that to Levi.
Yeah, Allen's had an absolute beast of a season so far. The wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers, he's been very good in fantasy football.
And you can't sleep on St. Brown.
No, you can't. He's been very good also.
Pitts.
Here's where it gets a little more interesting. Yes, Pitts and Andrews. Pitts for Levi, Andrews for...
I think it's almost a wash.
Well, I mean...
Very close.
Neither has had a breakout game. Andrews just because, and I have the stack. I have the stack with Lamar Jackson.
I was just gonna say you have the stack with the QB connection with his tight end. I think Andrews is a better tight end than Pitts. I was just gonna say, Pitts. That's a name that we've heard this week. Cowboys thought that we were gonna trade him until Jane Slater said, "Nah, ain't gonna happen."
Ain't gonna happen.
In the flex position, we got Mike Evans had a huge game last week, I believe, right?
Yep.
And then Herbert running back for
he edges me out.
Yeah, definitely. Now, there's the chance. It's just Chicago's been so shitty, but you do have a quality running back there. It's just Tampa Bay's been more surprising.
They are playing Denver, though.
Yeah.
That's the only kicker. They are playing Denver.
Did someone say, did you see that one meme where it put the Denver versus Chicago game? And
I posted that.
Yeah, you reposted. Yeah, you reposted.
They should flex the Denver and Chicago game to 3 a.m. Monday morning.
Yeah, I love that.
That was so funny.
So we got to go kicker here. You got Elliott, Philadelphia, and you got our boy Aubrey from Dallas Cowboys.
Aubrey,
all
tip
Aubrey.
the scales. And then I'm not settled on my defense yet. Obviously, I can't believe I played them last week and still won. They have the Eagles defense. I have the Giants defense. I will not use the Giants defense. I'm going to try to streamline a defense.
Well, currently right now it's got to go Eagles, but whoever you pick up, I hope it gives you a better
He probably will still have the better edge for the Eagles.
Any waiver wire shout outs that you guys have been looking at or thinking about?
A chain would be the waiver wire for me this week. If Ford wasn't already picked up, which he should have been, he'd be taken. But a chain after the game he had for Miami, I guarantee he's probably going to be one of the biggest pickups.
Biggest pickups. Do you think we're going to see A-Chain hit another type of game similar to that?
Not similar, but he'll still get touches. He's going to split with Monster.
Oh yeah, they I think they've added him to the roster.
Good
now.
RB3 option then for players.
Yep, flex. It'll be a good flex.
They've added him to the show. The only other guy I would say is Tank Dell. If he's available, go out and get him.
Yeah, Tank Dell's also another very good pick.
We both picked up Tank Dell and we didn't play him on last week.
Idiots.
Well, I didn't think he was going to do that.
I didn't think he was going to do that either.
Okay.
You don't pick up someone to put him on your bench.
Yeah. You do sometimes.
Yeah, you do. You do. You have to. You have to streamline them there.
When are we on next?
Okay, we will be live on Sunday for our redemption game. You think it's a Zeke Elliott redemption game? Hell no. It's a Dallas Cowboy redemption game.
Fan redemption.
We will be live. I'm not even going to say the time. We're just going to be live an hour before kickoff, whatever time zone you are in. We will be live 1 hour before, and we are ready. We're going to show up. We're jacked the fuck up, son.
Sorry. EJ, Boys in the Zone says he needs to highlight his 3-0 status in the league.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And then Kilo got stomped by boots on the ground.
Yep, it happened.
So we'll look at it. We'll look at the stat next week.
We pick one game. We picked one game. That was not it. We are calling ourselves out. We will be live again at 1 hour before kickoff. Woo! Call us out because you totally derailed my thought.
Hey, and if you're a fan out there for the Patriots, tell someone to go fuck themselves.
Heyo!
Okay, for the Bandwagon Boys and for Best, we out. We will see you Sunday.
Thanks for joining us. Peace.